Two. First things first. Hold on for a minute. I swear, trying to get the charger to plug in, so I feel like you're all thumbs. First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Black Series Edition LLC, Gunmetal Crystal Edge Technology Screens, and our FLE-VT. Ah, man, work. Let me see. Captain Fuzzy Boy. Captain Fuzzy Boy. Get up in the morning, we had to come over here and finish some other things at the other place. And then popping up over here, finish off the rest of our updates. More updates, more updates, more updates, and more updates. Yes, sirree. So, as I said before, our FLE screen paint has to be pushed back. The other products, as I said before, aren't coming out anytime soon. You know, we just made announcements and showed off a couple of the products, but you know, we got a lot of paperwork to do. It's not like, you know, somebody said, well, why can't you launch it right now? Why can't you just bring it out right now? No, we don't do that at the end of the day. Our stuff requires testing. You know, it's very important that I know how this stuff's going to function, how it's going to work, because again, I do not want to be on site in different establishments setting up and this stuff fails on me. We don't need paints to be changing different colors and all that other nonsense. And then they matching house paints. Nobody want to go through that freaking nightmare at the end of the day. So tests are very important. They have to be done. So this is why it's not, people think it's all about, if we're scammers, it'd be about the money. We just push this stuff out as fast as we make it, no test, nothing attached to it whatsoever, a bunch of blah, 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 and then move about our business. No, we can't launch jack. At the end of the day, until everything is tested, we need to know this stuff is going to work 100%. Because again, I told you before, your company literally can be challenged and you could be sued for this. You know, you can't play around with this. You can get a lot of trouble for this. So you have to make sure whatever you're developing, whatever you're making, at the end of the day, you better make sure you're true to it. Because if someone comes down to challenge you and they want to take you to court over it, you better be able to do what you need to do and get it done. Because again, these fraud charges for your company are extremely serious. I mean, you can't back any of this stuff up. You're looking at some serious jail time and some massive fines attached to it. So you don't want to play around in that category. But anyway, yeah, we have a lot of testing to do. Now, the technology was supposed to come out on the 12th, but, you know, because of we have to get a screen to paint this thing too, the screen won't come out. We won't get the surface until January the 16th or the 12th or something around that time. But it's going to be somewhere around the end of the month when we're going to have to launch it in order to get everything prepped and everything ready. Right now, I'm still working on not only the updates for the website and tweaking the search engine optimizer, but also too, I'm going to be this summer quite busy. I'm going to be moving around from place to place to place, setting up and doing these demonstrations at these different places. I'm going to rent out for hours and for a day to show off our technology in different environments, because I really, quite frankly, do not want to do this in the house I'm about to purchase, and I don't want to do this in here at all, period. I want to do it in some really amazing background settings. And what better way to do this is to rent out different areas where we can take the technology to and basically display. On top of it, get some very serious business to it and get a lot of exposure for the technology. So, you know, I got this nice little setup I'm working on for my, sorry about that, for my on-the-go home theater advertising setup. And I went over and picked up another cell phone. Just make 3 cell phones for me now. Another cell phone, so that way I could, hold on a minute. Let me get this barbarian set up over here. Come here, barbarian. There you go. Come over here. Come. Come over here. Where you going? You are such a bipolar nutcase. Come here. Fuzzy bear, you. Get over there. That's for you. Anyway, he likes to sit right next to the desk when I'm doing my updates. So I bought him a little sofa. So he can sit there. He has a little, next I'm gonna pick up a nice little coffee table and tablet for him so he could sit there and do his work right along with me. He just looks at fish. That's all he does. So Taco is my, if you don't know, he's my motion support nut job cat. Taco has picked up quite a little bit of a reputation when I show people him with his little suit, little tie on. And now people that I do business with are interested in meeting Mr. Taco. So he'll be in his bubble bag going with me from place to place to place. He's going to pick up a little popularity there. That's good. He's got his own screen paint coming out pretty soon. And that screen paint's going to benefit, all proceeds for that's going to go to help out dogs and cats and other animals that need help. We can help with that. But anyway, so I picked up another cell phone. So that way I thought, what would be the easiest way if I'm going to be out there advertising these screens? A cell phone would be perfect because again, I can use I already ordered a C to HDMI adapter that allow me to mirror whatever I have on my phone right directly. Now tethering it, it comes up a bit choppy. I tried tethering in here. It didn't look too well. So I had to get a second line for that phone by itself for that purpose. A number we don't need. It's just used for one purpose only, just to run videos back and forth. That's it. So that gives me a portable media player to be able to run anything I want outside, inside, whatever. The next stage was to figure out exactly what screens would be great to transfer back and forth in any settings. Wallpaper, fantastic, and rolled up, stick it in a tube, got a shoulder bag on, a shoulder strap to it, I can put it in the big bag. The acoustic screens are fantastic. They're fabric material, stretchable. They have no wrinkles, no increase. We can just roll it up and take that in where we want. Fantastic on that. And then with the how we're going to be able to hang these screens without attaching anything to the walls, because can't be drilling holes in walls and places like that. The nice photo backdrop works perfectly. I've used the photo backdrop quite a few times, even for wallpaper, and it works fantastic with the nice little grips. And it's all portable. Just stick that in the bag, take it anywhere I need to go. So that's when we'll be taking with me when I go back and forth in and out of these establishments. I'm up to around 27 establishments already that we have the ability to go in and out of these buildings. You know, we pay our rental. And we have the ability to set up in there, and the places are absolutely gorgeous on the inside. You know, one of them has a chandelier. What I'm doing for $200 a day has a chandelier ballroom setting, and it has a skylight that looks like the skylight off the Titanic. It is gorgeous in there. So yes, this is going to be fantastic to have this technology in so many different settings and just watching it operate with no problem whatsoever. With projectors, we're only going to pay under $500 for. So right now, helping out another customer. We set them up. They bought our products from us. Thank you so much for the business. We appreciate it. And we set them up with some projectors. Because again, like I said, we don't have to tell them that, hey, look, you have to spend money for this $1,000 or $4,000 projector, because we know they have to spend that money because the screen doesn't work. No, we can actually direct them to projectors that are much cheaper. And we went and bought 3 of these projectors for his $2,000 wallet. He was going to pay $2,000 for one projector, ended up with 3 of them. So that's what I'm talking about, how we save people money. That technology saves you money. And now I'm going to be pointing them to a distributor that we do to get our lamps from, which are really cheap. What are we doing with this over here? Okay. Now we're also blessed. We got a graphic designer, good friend of mine. She's going to be doing the artwork that we need and the storyline artwork for our gaming screens. And she's going to be designing a few things for us, which is going to be fantastic. So no need to go out and spend the money for an expensive graphic designer, because I know people that actually do this kind of work. And I just reached out to her and she was like, sure, no problem. At first she didn't want to take the money. I was like, no, you're taking the money. We need you to take the money. Just take the money. It's good. So anyway, yeah, she's going to be doing all the artwork and graphic design for some of our work. Especially, like I said, with the gaming screens, I do want to have a kind of like their own kind of storyline attached to them. Where is we're putting this section here, because when we talk about the FLE Technology game, we really can't tell you the name of what that stands for. It's an abbreviation, but it actually has a name. You'll know what the name is once we get the trademarks back, and once we get our copyrights back, we can tell you exactly what that actually stands for. It'll go on the official website. But anyway, I'm going to be putting in right now the videos here because we get this all the time. We go to forum sites and they be like, wait a minute, you mean your screen took in direct sunlight? Like, that's virtually impossible. No screen can take in direct sunlight. Oh, by contrary, we did it. So, you know, that's why you have to have videos backing everything up. You just can't say things and then not have any way to back it up. Because then it'd be a bunch of pish posh. Let me see. I need direct sunlight. Direct. I thought we had this pulled up already before. Now, I got to go into my account, and I got to clean my account because Satan has been quite active in my account. We all know. For the gentleman who felt at the end of the day that you think it's wrong that I shouldn't call you the devil, well, who else's work are you doing at the end of the day? You doing God's work? No, and you're doing Satan's work. Then guess what? Then you are Satan at the end of the day. That's who you represent at the end of the day. So we have up to, I don't know, they said they've got a special portal for us to send all that email, hate mail, jealous mail, whatever you want to call it at the end of the day, way over to them so they can sort through all of that and begin the process of tracing the mail. So that's what we're going to be doing, not on here. We're not doing anything on here. We're just telling you about it. We did a lot of stuff over the weekend and back and forth with them, talking to the detectives units and everything that's going on. More evidence was submitted over the last couple of days. And again, not going to come on here and tell you what's going on, this, that, and the other. You'll figure it out when we get to court. That's all I got to say for those individuals. But yeah, a lot of information was submitted in between the last couple of days to get ready to get things established and set up and begin the investigation to find any other individuals that one has used a handle name on YouTube, trying to figure out his whereabouts, and the other fellow, Rogers, his whereabouts. As I told you before, you know, we went through the process of going in and buying the product from this individual. Like I go through this all the time. It's always something different. Hey, my buddies are on the phone when all this had hit the fan. My friends were contacting me and they were just laughing their heads like, really? He actually removed an entire state. I said, yeah, literally removed the entire state off the shopping cart. They just figure out all different kinds of sneaky ways to avoid their products landing over here. And that tells you at the end of the day, products are not tested correctly. I told you that they're not tested correctly. They don't work at all whatsoever. We advise people, don't go near them, don't buy them. Don't get ripped off. You know, these are fast, push out the door products that have no testing, no batch numbers, nothing. And you're just going to get ripped off in the process. But, you know, even when we go to challenge these individuals, they never follow through. We send another fellow a certified letter to go buy, send us black paint. They haven't heard anything from him at all, period, nothing at all. Again, this is going to hurt them in court. Other fellow talked all this trash, went in and closed his website early. We knew that was a bunch of nonsense from the door. Went in to make the purchase, and the PA is missing, like the state, he took it off, it's missing. Now, he can't sit there and say, we don't ship the PA, because interesting thing, buddy, when you're in court, my lawyer's going to request, why don't you ship the PA? Yeah. You know, basically, this is the funny thing about it, is when people do this kind of stuff, I guess they come up with these ingenious ideas. This is the devil telling them to do this dumb nonsense in the day. Oh, I got a good one for you. How about you just open up your site to make it look like it's opened up, and then just remove the state so he can't place the order? Don't you think I was going to figure that out? What part? That's why I said the intelligent level, and I hate to call somebody stupid, but you got to think about it. The intelligent level isn't quite there at all. What would make you think that I would go in and put my information in, and then I have to select a state, and the state doesn't pop up, and I go, I guess my state doesn't exist, so therefore I'll move on. You thought that was going to go through my head? Because that doesn't even sound right. You know, I've ordered from you before. I've had 7 cancellations from you. These are orders that process, that went through your system, which means in order for them to process and go through your system, in order for me to get these receipts back that said the order was canceled, that means it would have to go through PA. And in order for that to take place, to get that canceled receipt, that means I would have to type in PA, my information, zip code, address, and put in my email along with my credit card information, and it'll push right through, and I would basically get it confirmed that the order went through. Did you ever think about that before you actually went out and did that? That's pretty sad. So in order for me to have the 7 cancellations, PA would have to be there in order for me to get the cancellation. Huh. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. But I'm telling you right now from the door, Satan will come in and tell you the dumbest things on the face of the planet and watch you work like a puppet. And then when you fall flat on your face, he's just sitting there just laughing at you like, look what I got that idiot to do. I got this joker to go in and remove an entire state, think he's going to get away with it and when going to be found out. Yeah, there you go. Yep. Like that wasn't going to connect, that we can't. Okay. But anyway, it's just hilarious. My buddies were crying about that. They were like, did he put those 2 and 2 together? Like, apparently he did not. So yeah, he removed an entire state out of the shopping cart. And mind you, PA stretches quite a bit. It's not just Allentown that PA stretches to. It stretches to quite a bit. You basically removed all of PA because you were that terrified of us laying hands on your products. What other excuse would it be? Now, for some people saying, no, he wasn't, then why didn't it go through? We've had 7 cancellations showing that it does accept Pennsylvania. So what excuse is it? Mind you, we have a history of this guy canceling orders and even going so far to remove an entire marketplace off his website. So for Mr. Rogers, you have basically damaged your company beyond belief. Because mind you, I'm the one you're talking up about. I'm the one you're saying that I'm this, that, and the other. And you back down to a point way beyond I would have ever thought of. And I guess you couldn't handle another cancel receipt, but gee whiz, that's even worse. I'd have just took the cancel receipt, knowing you went into a site and manipulated and tampered to remove a state because you were terrified of us buying your product, which means everything that I said out of my mouth about your product not working and not functioning correctly was true. That's why I said that right there is going to hurt you in court, because if you ever try to get like an attorney to say, hey, he's slandering us, no, don't even bother, waste your money. Because we can easily go into court and says, look, Your Honor, we went in to place the order. We got a recording of everything. And he removed the entire state of Pennsylvania. Oh, if you sit there and say, well, we don't ship to Pennsylvania ever. Oh, that's funny he would say that, because we got receipts right here showing that we not only were able to place orders, but one of the orders did go through, and he sat on the order for at least about 5 or 6 days, and we had to go file a PayPal complaint against them. And PayPal gave him the option whether to ship the item out or basically give us back the money. And he chose to give us back the money. So if PA wasn't accepted, and it never was, we wouldn't have receipts. So again, you've lost. You've given me literally enough evidence to prosecute you on every level, and it doesn't make a difference what attorney you get. You cannot defend yourself in any way. You don't have the option. It's gone. Gave you the option. All you got to do is just basically just go and just open up the cart and get the job done. Now, if you sit there in court and say, well, if the Army has a history of canceling on us. We've been to this before with Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers, interesting. He says, oh, but he's never tried to order from me recently. Oh, we did. Because you removed an entire state. So it damages you dramatically in court. But also, too, on top of that, your reputation as being a person that's knowledgeable of projection screen paints has been diminished completely. And the other 2 individuals who backed you, you completely threw them under buses. As we said, what was going to happen. Because I've been through this before. It's nothing new. Now, am I going to make the attempt again? Nah, I'm not wasting my time on that nonsense. I've been through this already before. As I said before, I'm surprised I was going back in again, because we've been through it already before. It'll be the same nonsense. He'll shut down the site. He'll come in with some other new nonsense, and then he'll go from there with something else. But I doubt it'll reach that far, because he's already got massive complaints filed against him. His company we've already filed 2 weeks ago with the FBI on challenging his company. They're going to challenge his company in court. Certain accusations that he was making off this website were actually not true. That whole nonsense with that range gain and all that other nonsense, no. Screen doesn't even change the color it's supposed to change. That's how we knew that the other fellow went in and changed the color at the screen at the last minute, because I told you we saw the difference between the handle and the screen. So imagine if that product got over here, put that thing in a paint shaker at Home Depot, and that thing still turned gray. Yeah, that's the reason why. Now, he still has a problem either way. Even though, you know, if I have to go out and I have to get people to buy your product and I have to go down that route, it's not worth my time. It really isn't. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of money, waste of time. But let me explain something to you. How are you going to fix anyone else? If anyone else comes in and purchases that product, say they don't see our videos and they go purchase your product, how are you going to explain to them the range gain? How are you going to explain to them that the paint, when they paint it on their wall, is pushing through and they're seeing basically parts of their wall that you're trying to paint over pushing through on the screen they're painting? How are you going to explain all that? How are you going to explain the fact that their screen's coming out different colors and it's not coming out the color that's supposed to come out? So either way, you know, even if we're not in the picture, you still already self-destructed already. So what are you gonna do? Ban their state too? Go in and anybody comes in and wants to do a review against their product, gonna go into your shopping cart and remove their state out so they can't place the order. Now again, he might say, oh, he's bitter because he can't order it. No, why would I be bitter? The situation that you were in was a damn if you do and damn if you don't scenario. If we get the product down here and it doesn't work, then you're damned. If you fake or cancel an order, you're damned. If you go and manipulate shopping carts or whatever to do to keep the product from coming down here, you still damned yourself at the end of the day. Didn't make a difference if we get it or not. You still self-destructed. So we just showed that you couldn't have the product come down here. The product is not tested as we said it wasn't tested properly. It's not doing as it's claimed to do. We were going to test it for range gain and all the different tests we're going to do for the product. See if it had a splatter effect, which we knew it definitely did. If you painted it up against the wall, you're definitely going to transfer from your wall over to the other wall because the paint's very thin. The coverage was going to be extremely bad, which means it was going to push you any color wall we actually painted it on. We definitely had to do multiple coats, probably beyond what he've already told you have to do. The product was not going to be able to maintain its color, as we saw in multiple demonstrations by different individuals, and even one who tried to cover it up and try to make it like something different, that your product is nothing more than just a complete fraud, and it's something that you made up off the top of your head, fast, quick product, no testing, just push it out the door. And to tell you the truth, when people look it up, they can't know what they're looking up. They're finding a paint or they're looking up a gaming system, because again, he's got another lawsuit coming up with Sony. Sony's going to be contacting him soon because he has something called a similarity trademark infringement lawsuit, because you can't have products too close to each other, because again it gets confusing for the consumers. Let's see, direct sunlight. Yeah, there we go. Now this is what should have happened when I pulled up your range gain. Video should have popped up. Can't find anything. I did the research. I spent like what, about 3 hours on that mess trying to dig up stuff on it, test anything, couldn't find a thing on your products. Customers are going to do the same thing. They're going to go and they're going to dig up stuff. They're going to look through stuff and they're going to say, hey, does this range chain actually exist? I can't find this anywhere. Yeah, they're going to go look it up. So what's going to happen? Got to make sure you back it up. Let's go over here and let's put this in our site. And they're mad over that. They're contacting me, upset, angry, cursing me out. How is this my fault? Did I basically put a gun to your head and tell you, hey, remove the state? You did that. That was your own idea to come up with that ingenious idea to remove an entire state to keep us from buying. You know how embarrassing that looks at the end of the day? I mean, I could literally brag about that for at least about months on end. That a guy was so terrified of us, he literally removed an entire state. Gee whiz Louise, gentlemen. The embarrassment, I could imagine going through that kind of embarrassment on YouTube. And then the other one, I guess, Wake, who called himself being the hype guy of it all. I don't know, some term about testicles in a jar and under a sink. I don't even know what that's about. I don't even want to bother even find out. But anyway, got all hyped up about some King's Challenge. Really? What are you guys, 5? You got like a treehouse somewhere where you have a secret handshake or a password? Because it kind of sounds like you're going in that direction. Some King's Challenge about being the best black paint. Well, let me explain something to you. Before you can actually make the statement about being the best black paint, first things first, your screen's going to have to literally be black. I think that would be one thing that would actually help right there from the door, if it can actually be black. And then another thing, if you're talking about some King's Challenge and being able to back it up, once for all battle, blah, 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 well, that's going to be hard to do if you can't open up the shopping cart to sell the paint to the very people that you made the claim against. I mean, you can go right to my website and buy all you want, knock yourself out. And yeah, I've already been through that one already. Mind you, came on his backyard and said he made some statement about, oh, by the way, Rogers, in court, we're challenging you on that. If you basically can't get that one cleaned up, you're going to get sued again. I got multiple lawsuits hitting you. So he made a statement where he walked around his backyard and accused my company of canceling an order, as if we were afraid of your product. This is why I said at the end of the day, be very careful about things you say out of your mouth. The very same things that you say can very easily happen to you. And this is what happened to this gentleman. He went in his backyard. He went to ranting and carrying on, made a false statement about my company, which we are challenging you in court about you stated that we canceled an order that you tried to place through my company. I am requesting receipts for that. Now, you may avoid me on YouTube. All right, no problem. But you will not avoid me in court. So we will be requesting those receipts that you made these false accusations. Now, on the other hand, I do have cancellations on you that I can prove that I have gone to your business and have purchased, and these items were canceled, along with videos proving that you actually removed the marketplace in the process to keep us from buying. And now to add more to that, showing that recently you removed an entire state. So, you know, that's pretty embarrassing. I mean, you think about that. But like I said, be careful when you say things out of your mouth, because it could very well, if you're not truthful about it, it could back up and you could be hit with it. A state. I still can't get over that. Wow, an entire state. That's interesting. Let me get my videos over here and real quick, because we got much to do. Much to do right there. That's like almost the equivalence that you guys didn't even fight at all. You didn't even fight. You didn't even fight. You gave us nothing. No challenge, nothing whatsoever. You didn't. It's like, I'm going to explain it to you. Like, if you call yourself a king and you're sitting on a throne, your job is basically to protect your kingdom and those who dwell outside and inside of that to the best of your ability. That is your job, to be a king. And you failed miserably at that. Let's just put this in a interesting story scenario. It's like if we pull up on your castle and you see an army as far as your eye can see, and you think at the end of the day, I am outnumbered. Even a good king that's outnumbered will still fight to the death, because he will not go down in history as a coward. He just won't. Even if there's help coming, he's not even going to wait for help. He's going to go out and he's going to battle. And guess what? That king, if he's a good king and a strong king, he is not going to be sitting on his throne. He is going to be on the battlefield. There's a difference between two types of kings. There's kings that did fight in wars, and there's kings that did stay behind and they fought on the throne. But some kings actually did go out and fight. You know, so they went out and battled. But anyway, I'm trying to put this in a way where it's trying to be. It's funny when you're Christian, you're trying to do things respectful, but in a way, you're also trying to put things out there so this person can fully acknowledge what they have done. So when we came up on your castle, this is what you did. You surrendered. You laid down arms. And you walked out of that castle, up on top of that hill where my army sat, and you got down on your knees and handed me your crown. That's exactly what you did. You surrendered. And we took over your kingdom. That's it. Now, most kings, at the end of the day, people take over a kingdom, they would probably enslave everybody over there, literally just about. Me, on the other hand, I would just basically just expedite you out of your country, you would have to leave and go, and I would just serve as a better king, better products that the people could actually appreciate at the end of the day, and held their head up high with respect of having a good product that actually does work. There we go. I gotta write stories. By the way, you should write stories. I'm a good storyteller. Tell you in the day when I have to read books for my little ones, yeah, we do that special effects and everything. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, just gave you an idea. Yeah, you should have basically, look, I'm gonna tell you something. If I'm going against a company that I know may have an opportunity to beat my technology, guess what? You think I'm gonna back down? You think I'm gonna go in and block my shopping carts and all that nonsense and cancel orders? No, I'm not doing that. I'm going in. Win or lose, I'm going in. Yeah, you miss something when you don't. When I go against companies all the time on our products, that screen that came in from over in Ireland, it kind of shook me a little bit. I was excited about it, but it also shook me a little bit. That is the darkest screen I have ever seen. I have tested all types of screens, and that literally would be the darkest screen I've ever seen. I thought to myself, ooh, this thing could give me a hard way to go. It was exciting. Yeah, it was exciting. Even though we, and the conversation back and forth and having very, very beautiful customer service, by the way, having this conversation with them back and forth, ask them questions about what our technology is capable of doing compared to theirs, we could still pretty much in certain ways be able to challenge the screen. But the color of it itself was actually extremely dark. Now, to them, it would be black, but to us, it's not black because we laid against our screen, it turns gray. So, you know, it just, I don't know why, but ours just can turn them gray. But anyway, but other than that, it would be happen to be one of the darkest screens I've ever seen. Because usually when I get screens over here and the gunmetal screens, and I look at them, that's not gunmetal, by the way. I don't know what that is, but it's dark, man. But man, it's just like I said, it's weird. It doesn't turn. Our screen has an infinity black level, so it can't be all black, but it's close enough to it. I'll tell you that much. Very close enough to it. But anyway, usually when I see gunmetal screens and I get them over here, what happens is, when I see them up front, I go, oh, this is dark gray. This is dark gray. This is dark gray. Especially when I put it against the screen, it's dark gray. I paint screens. No, paint on screen. Paint on screens. We got their sample sheet in, and they have it down as black. And I'm like, black. This is interesting. I put it against my screen, and it turns gray. And I go, oh, no, it's just dark gray. Daylight screen. When I was checking out their screen, I was like, okay, this looks dark. I literally thought that screen was black. I'm looking at it, I'm like, wow, they got a black screen. That's going to be exciting. So I go order their product, get it down here, live stream, put up there, like, oh, no, it's dark gray. So this is one of the screens I've seen in a long, I've never seen one screen I've never seen in a long time that literally is that dark. Even when you pick it up, you go, huh, can't even tell. It's that good. That's why I said, you better be lucky they're stationed over in Ireland, because, man, if they come to the U.S., Diamond, the rest of you companies, you're going to have a problem. I've tested this thing off camera on your products, and it didn't go well. Their contrast level was really good, extremely good. You couldn't match it. I'm just being out there. You can't match it. Test it for yourself. You think I'm joking. Very, very good. White levels are extremely good for it. But on our technology next to it, nah, we could overpower it with no problem. But it's good. It's good. And it made me think a bit when I was looking at it. I was like, huh, this may be a real challenge. Now, did I basically deny the order? Did I not order the product? Did I move on? Did I not carry it through? Did I change the subject and said, hey, we never picked up the product, but just make up excuses? We couldn't get it because it was overseas. I didn't want to spend $25 for the shipping cost. I didn't say anything like that. I went and paid for it. It's right underneath my desk right now. You miss out on opportunities. When you get a chance to challenge other screens, you miss out on opportunities that you learn from technology. Now, the first time I saw Diamond's technology, when I put that against my gray paint set the other day, I could have sat there and go, well, you know what? That's it. I'm just going to throw in the towel. I'm done. This is what it is. I give up. This technology would have never existed if I made that decision. None of this stuff would have existed if I made that decision. No, I looked at that technology and it beat every single screen I had in that little room. Beat all of them. And mind, this stuff had contracts sitting on top of it. And that screen took every last one of them out. Now, I could have spent those years hating on their product, wasting time, just hating, developing nothing new, just hating, or I could have learned from what I saw and try to develop a technology equal or better. And that's what I did with my time. And now look, we have this technology now. You learn. I would have never known that there was anything like that ever existed. Mind you, I developed all gray screen paints at the time. I didn't know anything about black diamond technology. I didn't know screens even got that dark to begin with. At all, period. The only thing I've seen on AVS forums were gray screens, light gray screens, mid gray screens, gray screens. That's it. Didn't even know a technology like that even existed. You learn. That's what you do. And from seeing Diamond's technology and knowing that a screen can basically be that dark and still read white light on that level, opened my head to a whole different way of possibilities. And boom, there we are now with the black technology. You learn. You cheat yourself when you back down. That's what you do. You cheat yourself. If you don't do your test properly, if you don't put your product to the limit, then you will cheat yourself. If you're cutting corners and you're doing demonstrations, so your product can just look good on camera, how's that going to basically help you when the consumer gets it and puts it in a different environment? Or if you have to be on site. Because when you're on site, I mean, of course, in those rooms they're going to have, we can go in and we can manipulate the environment. But I guarantee you, in any environment that we walk in, any building that we walk in, we never have to change the environment. That's the whole purpose of these demonstrations we'll be doing this summer. I can walk into a lot of these business environments downtown here in Allentown with projectors that cost under $500, with a technology that's far more affordable than most high-end certified screens on the market today. And I can walk in there with projectors. Like I said, like the other place, we walked in there with that $178 projector and walked all over that environment and basically pulled up anywhere we wanted. That's what people want to see. I'm going to do some paint on demonstrations on it too. So I'm going to do some paint on demonstrations right there on the spot, paint and dry in the location. That's going to be fun. So yeah, your product should work that way. If you don't have enough confidence in your product, then there's going to be problems, especially those black versus black and gray versus gray, which you have to do. You have to do those. You can't avoid those. You have to do them. It would scare, I wouldn't be to sleep at night if I found that my product would match a black paint at the end of the day or match gray paint at the end of the day. That'd terrify the daylights out of me. Let me see. Oh yeah, we got to grab one for this one. That's why you kept hearing me saying over and over again, testing, 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 testing. I kept hitting it over and over again. And people were like, oh, you don't need to test, blah, blah, blah. Now you see why you need to test. There you go. Now you see why you need to test. So this right here is FLE. It started off by being the mist when we first started developing it. But as time went on, I realized it had so many different forms of applications. That's why I said that God works in mysterious ways. We have already been through, for the naysayers who thought they were able to go in and take this opportunity from me. No, we already utilized the spot already. I was through the entire environment. At one point, we had been so far into the environment on so many videos we have done that we were trying to figure out exactly what to do next. So that's why I was out here on the glass, because I recorded just about every place in that building. There was nothing else to do, nothing left. So right in the time we were about to spray the glass with that technology, and I'm glad we didn't. This is when the haters were contacting this woman and threatening her, saying that she had to remove me, and her being terrified. Of course, I'm pretty sure you guys sent us some really nasty stuff. Oh, by the way, we obtained those emails, by the way, just to let you know. But anyway, threatening this woman and carrying on like that, she removed us from the building. But the beautiful thing about this was that we have already got all the videos, all the demonstrations we needed, and we never sprayed it to the glass. If we did, that technology sitting over there wouldn't even existed. Do you have any idea what this technology is worth sitting in this glass right now? Yes, I told you. There are companies that have been banging on our door to figure out how to obtain rights to this technology. This is a technology that's eating sunlight, 100,000 lux. So the projector is on the opposite side, pushing an image through the screen, and sunlight is pushing through the other side, and it's still maintaining an image. You see that light right here? I'm showing you right here. The screen is sitting actually in the direct sunlight. Now, if there was a shadow behind the back of it, that means direct sunlight wasn't penetrating through. You can see the back of the glass here where the sunlight's hitting. That means direct sunlight is actually transferring through the screen. And that's when I projected it cost me $300. So with this, FLE, which we now call now, the technology we have now, the wallpaper screens that will be sprayed with the same kind of formula, but a little bit different, so it comes up a little more contrast, more black, more darker. That technology will allow you to be able to sit your ultra short throw projector right in a bay of windows and you can watch TV. I'm actually working on one right now, a formula that when you turn off the projector, that you can see right through the screen and you can see outside your window. So if you have it next to a window, whatever, you can see right behind your screen. Is that cool or what? That's the next project I'm working on involving the FLE technology. So it's like a perk for you ultra short throw projectors. You know, you have your projector set up there, you have this nice setting, and you can have it set up where when you turn it off, you can actually look right through your screen. I know I've seen them already before, but they're god awful expensive, but this technology won't be. That's the whole purpose. We can mimic anyone's tech at the end of the day. Those screens, those wallpaper screens, we could do all that stuff easily with no problem whatsoever, with formulas, no problem whatsoever. But can you imagine coming in at your 106 inch and go, doop, watch this. And you can look right through your window, through your screen, like, check that out. Boop, pop right back on. That's what I'm talking about. And again, instead of LG or one of these big companies getting their hands on it and charging you $10,000 for a screen, yeah, you could do that for pretty much under $2,000 at 106 inches. So try getting one of those screens at OLED, one of them at 106 inches with a full well, actually, at the size it would be, you'll be able to do a size of 1610, 235.1, and 16:9. Yeah, it'd be very expensive, but they'll charge you to the roof. But this technology we have here, yeah, this paves the way on how you view and how you operate home theater projection. On top of that, for you companies out there, see how they have the stencils in here, right here? They have the stencils back here. They have the number with the stencil. That's it. When you put that onto your glass, that's it. It's on there. Some of it's permanent. Some of it can be washed out, but that's it. It doesn't change. It's the same thing all season. It's just the same thing. The only way you can really dress up your windows is put some decorations in the windows, more decorations in the windows of maybe Christmas or Halloween or Thanksgiving or whatever. That technology will allow you to advertise real time if you want commercials right through your windows, and sunlight can push right through it without disrupting the picture quality, which means you don't have to have it done at a certain time of the day or wait till it gets cloudy or spend the money for expensive awnings to cast shadows so the screen doesn't wash out and the projectors don't cost you a ton of money. So imagine that. Think of the possibilities if you have a business on what you could do with that technology. You can literally take all your imagination and ideas and push it right through glass. Now, for those people saying, well, they had this out already. They do. But guess what? From the research we've seen, they don't take in direct sunlight. We do. So imagine that. You have an aquarium store, you can display fish right across your glass. Now, attractive people will actually run over to check that out. You have a sneaker store, you can take your sneakers and you can do a 360 rotation. I've seen the stand with the rotation and put that right up into the glass. Summertime comes up, you can put a sun rising up in the background, summer sale with images popping up and show your inventory. All that through that technology. That's why that technology right there is worth millions of dollars. We already have a building already that's set up to display the screen, and that building sits right in the heart of Allentown, which will allow us to be able to connect with any store in that environment. The first time and people tell you something, the people that allowed us to do this already know from the door the money it's going to generate. They're already asking us from the door, do we have investors? Because they want to be on the ground floor of this beginning. Imagine being on the ground floor. I'm not saying as big as these companies. I'm not, but just saying, imagine going to a dinner party and meeting Steve Jobs at a party when he first started off, having a conversation about his ideas, designing these computers and stuff like that. And he goes, hey, yeah, I'm working on so and so and so. Like, hey, by any chance, you got any investors or anything? And like, no, I got no investors at all, period. Would you like an investor? There you go. Now imagine what he is, what he was. He's passed on now, but imagine the legacy he has built. Yeah, or Coca-Cola or any one of those companies. That right there is only one of a kind. I've done the research. The thing about it is, when you talk about direct sunlight, the first thing people think is, oh man, my screen's going to wash out automatically. It's not going to be this, not going to do that, and blah, 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 blah. I'm going to have all these different problems and stuff. Can have lights on the environment. Everybody's so bent on doing these ambient light controlled environments and cheating their technology at the end of the day that they're afraid to venture forth. They're afraid of failure. They have to have a screen automatically that shows that it works at the end of the day. You do know, basically, better inventions come from failures. You do know that, right? The only thing for us is, I hate to say this, and I don't want to be a bragger here. I don't want people to go, oh, you think you're God. I don't think I'm God at the end of the day. I serve God. Our technology doesn't have a failure rate at all. Never seen one. Our technology comes from God. That's why. When I'm sitting here working on a computer and you hear me back there going, oh yeah, that'd be fantastic. That's so and so and so. That's me having a conversation with my Lord and Savior. When God gives you something, there is no failure to it. Look at Noah's Ark. He built an ark big enough to have that many animals in it. And for people to sit there and go, well, how do the animals not fight each other? Oh my goodness, at the end of the day, do you not recognize God? Do you not recognize God, you naysayers? Little belief. But anyway, yeah, he built an ark. God can basically, whatever God blesses you to have, will have no flaws to it. I like that. But yeah, I got some, oh, Dunkin' Donuts. We got a Dunkin' Donuts right there on the corner. Oh, I'm telling you, it's going to spark. We're going to hit it. We're definitely going to hit that Dunkin' Donuts in no time at all, period. No time at all. Once we knock out the entire block, it won't be hard to do to have these screens generating just about everywhere. The pizza place once went over there because, again, we can make the windows rain pepperonis. Can you imagine that, seeing windows rain pepperonis? That'd be actually beautiful. Dunkin' Donuts, they could do a demonstration where they can have their hot coffee, whatever, spilling out and a big donut rolling through it. Anything that you could think of, you can actually advertise that through your computer. So you run it through your computer runs through your projector, and your projector pops it through there. That's on a Fire Stick right now. Now, we did contrast demonstrations, because not only fish, I did contrast demonstrations, different forms of demonstrations to see exactly how it would react. Contrast will pick up extremely well. See outside? Woo! God is good, isn't he? Isn't God amazing? Devil can't stand that. He hates that so much. No, that's not my problem. Here. So when we talk about the FLE technology and direct sunlight, you know, it's best that I can direct people to the website or just pick up that section and just send it over to them and say, hey, look, we have it right over here. All right, so let's get back over here to our page here. We have it here. Did we put enough media players in there? I'm pretty sure we did. Ah, so yeah, we got the powdered sugar over here. The powdered sugar. I had a ball. I love snow. I love snow. There are people who hate snow, but I freaking love snow. Like, what do you like about it? I freaking love snow. I just love it. I'm not even cold in the snow. I can walk out there with a hoodie on. I'm not even bothered by it at all, period. I just like cold weather. I really enjoy it. The first time when it snowed, it was coming down, and we got it. And I looked up, and I could see exactly how much snow accumulated from the top of the fence. You can see how high it is on how many inches hit that top of the fence. I'm thinking, oh yeah, it's nice out there. I got to go out and play. Yeah, I shot 3 videos out there, had some fun. Thank you for watching the videos. I do appreciate it. I had some fun out there running around. Taco went out for a little bit. He didn't like it too much. So yeah, he went in. I put a little leash on him. He runs with a leash sometimes. And he got a chance to go out there and look around. He didn't like it too much. So I'm done here. Did get in a fight with a couple of snowflakes. That's basically about it. The battle didn't last long. But anyway, it was just hilarious watching him out there. But other than that, no, I love snow. I'm one of those people that the minute we start seeing the snow accumulate, I'll go in the garage, pull out a bungee, strap up, and be out in the snow. You'll see me later on at night. I'll be in there all night riding around with a bunch of other people. You know how many people get to meet in the snow? It is interesting how you meet people in the snow. When I was up in Strawberry Mansion, I was running a bungee. I had a bungee in my backyard, and we would go out there and ride around the snow, especially when they would shut the whole city down because basically nothing was running because a blizzard was coming through. Oh my goodness, that is the best time to ever go out. It's the best time. It's like you have the whole city to yourself. I think we had one up in the 80s, and we had a huge snowstorm that went through, and it shut 89. I think it was 89. Big blizzard. What was that? Shut everything down. Man, there were white boys out there with K2 snowboards. They were going down the escalators in the subway because everything was blanketed in snow. I mean, they were all over the place going down the staircase and all this stuff, man. one time you get a chance to ride down the art museum steps with a four-wheeler. Yeah, it was freaking fun. It was like winter wonderland for people who love snow. People out there running out there with their dogs. People out there drinking hot cocoa and snow forts and snowball. It was amazing. It was just so much fun, you know. And other people were just sitting. I was like, how can they do it? How can they be out there? How can you not be out there? Oh, we had so much fun out there. It's funny. Yeah, you meet a lot of people. I met a lot of people that day. I met people when I was out there walking their dogs. I was on the park out there walking their dogs. But yeah, had a lot of fun. And then later on, when everything calms down, you know, you go in the house, you change and get it geared up. I go over to my people's house over there. I got my setups over there. If I need something, especially t-shirts, I'll tell you about the whole t-shirt thing. I had that. It's a thing when people don't understand about the white t-shirt. When people know about the white t-shirt thing, you know what I'm talking about. But those of you who don't know about the whole white t-shirt kick, I'll tell you about the white t-shirt kick. But anyway, yeah, so I went over there, geared up, and basically went out chilling, got some hot cocoa and a couple of donuts, and just sat out there and just enjoyed watching the people downtown. First snowfall, freaking cool. Love it. Hope we get more. So after snow. Well, actually shouldn't last long. It's probably going to melt all the way anyway. But anyway, yeah, so let me tell you about the t-shirt kick. So, for those of you who don't know about the white t-shirts, and I literally had this conversation with my sister's kids that are not kids anymore, but they couldn't figure out why every time I would come into the door, I'd have a white t-shirt on. It's always white. You can't wear them twice. So if you grew up where I grew up at, or any neighborhood you grew up in, you know about the whole t-shirt kick. Most people know about it, some people don't. You can't wear the same t-shirt twice. You can only wear it one time. That's it. Once it loses that crisp to it, you can't wear it again. I know people say it kind of sounds kind of crazy, but those are the kind of rules you have when you lived in the hood. It's one of a rule that we had in the hood, that you wear that crisp t-shirt every day. White crisp t-shirt. It costs you about $7 a day, but yeah, that's pretty much how it was. So what did I do with all the t-shirts that I had that I didn't wear? I had a friend of mine, the one I'm actually working with right now. She's an art designer. She basically was taking the t-shirts, she was washing them and cleaning them, and she was painting pretty artwork on. She was selling and making money off them. Win-win. I wasn't asked for anything back, you know what I mean? But that's how it is. And when you have that crisp white t-shirt, you have to be very careful what you eat in that day. You can't eat anything with nothing that's going to stain your shirt. When you drink, you have to drink things a certain way, eat things a certain way. Very careful not to jack your shirt up, and always have a backup on you. Always keep backup on me. I have about 2 or 3 t-shirts on me. I have locations that I can go to and I can change my shirt at will. Places that I do business with a lot. Like this one guy is a little deli. I go in and I buy from them all the time because I love their food. And I'll walk in like, yo, man, just jack my shirt up. Can I use your bathroom? Bathroom's for employees only, but I can go in there because I know the people and I can change my shirt up real quick, put a new one on, walk out the door. A lot of you not. People think I'm joking on that. It's a t-shirt thing. You just can't wear dingy, dirty t-shirts that are stretched down around the neck. Now, if I'm inside, really don't care. But if I'm outside, the minute I walk out that door, that shirt got to be crisp every single time. Yeah. Now, people say buy them at bulk. Yeah, but here's the thing. Some people buy at bulk, but then some people have a certain fit. Okay, when it comes to a shirt, some people have a shirt that fits them nicely. I like my shirts to fit nicely because now, since I've lost my weight and basically started training more, I don't have the stomach anymore, so my t-shirts fit nicely. I have where my shoulders fit real nicely on my shoulders and around my arms nicely, so that's how I want my t-shirts to fit nicely. If they fit too tight under the armpit, they kind of push my sleeves up a little too high, so I don't like it that way. I like to roll my sleeves a little bit. So I kind of like to wear mine that way. But other than that, yeah, there's only 2 t-shirts, actually 1 t-shirt that I buy from one company only. And I bought about 6 or 7 of them when I was down here, and I didn't like any of them. There's one I bought. So I mapped out all the stores over here in Allentown that sell those particular t-shirts that I buy. So anytime I'm anywhere in the neck of the woods, I can always go there and buy or stack up. Or just buy one and get the next thing, just buy the next one, which I have no idea why I kept doing that. I buy the t-shirt, and Taco would get it because I wouldn't wear it again, and then go get another one. But yeah, t-shirt has to be crisp and clean at all times. And if you spill something on it, oh God, it's a freaking nightmare. It's a freaking nightmare. I know for some people saying, oh, it's just a t-shirt. You don't get it. You don't get it. And you have to go and change a t-shirt. I had a buddy of mine was sitting there, he was drinking something, and a little drop just landed right on his shirt, a little red dot from whatever he was drinking. He was like, I said, yo, you got something in your t-shirt? Oh my goodness. Really? Like, oh, I gotta change it. Took the t-shirt off, threw it in the trash, put a new one on. It always gotta be white. And that's the t-shirt kick. And my nieces were like, that's just stupid. And I said, no, that's how it is. This is what you do. You keep them t-shirts nice and white. And people like that about their kicks. So when the kicks say nice and white, people don't crease their kicks when they don't bend or none of that. Yeah, they don't. Now me, I really couldn't care about footwear. As long as it's comfortable, that's all I care. I don't care if it's name brand, unnamed brand, don't care. It's all about comfort for me. That's what it comes down to. I prefer Nikes. I like Nikes. And I got these new hikers that I like. I bought those boots. They're not even name brand. They're freaking so comfortable. Oh my goodness, they're comfortable. Nice hikers. So I'm buying a pair of those. I got sneaker form to buy a pair of those for the summer. Where else we have one here? Let me see. Direct sunlight. Yeah, we've done direct sunlight quite a few times. Wow. These are the earlier tests right here. These are the earlier tests compared to this. Wow, I can actually see my jump in technology. Look at this. That's when we first started off. So we went from there there to this. To this right here. And this is not even in, it's in some direct sunlight, but not as much as we need. And then we went from that and testing to this. Oh, wait, I use that for a thumbnail. Duh. Let me see from that. Let's start explaining FLE technology. Here we go. To that. To actual direct sunlight. Oh man. Yeah, I love it when I can go back and look at the technology jump. All right, let me get the rest of this stuff loaded on here because I got work to do. I still got to upload demonstrations for the 1,000 lumen page. Oh, this one, yeah, that's the demonstration we did right there. Let me see, direct sunlight. Let me see. Okay, I put test in there. Shouldn't have put test in there because, again, that's going to pull up literally everything that has a test attached to it. We do a lot of testing. Oh, let me see. This is the first one, direct sunlight on that one. Here we go. It's one of the visual effects. So the screen can maintain its color when sunlight's pushing through it. It's another test that had to be done. This is why you were getting these massive notifications that were popping up, because we're testing something. Anytime you're getting massive notifications, we're testing. You're seeing it pop up over and over and over again, those are tests. So when someone sits there and says, well, he launches about 10, 20 videos a day. Yeah, we have to launch 10, 20 videos a day. You have any idea how much testing you literally have to do on a screen? It is freaking insane. If you're doing one demonstration, what are you explaining in that one demonstration that you can cover in 10 demonstrations? Unless it's a demonstration, it's going to be at least about a good maybe couple hours long, 4 or 5 hours long. So in the one demonstration, you're doing certified screens, and this is different varieties of certified screens, and you're doing different varieties of ultra short though certified screens and different forms of projectors and ambient light environments, all that. You're doing all that. No, you have to do multiple demonstrations. You should at least have on your demonstrations at least a good maybe 20, 30 videos locked in already. And that doesn't even cover everything. So the fact that that FLE sitting over there literally has these demonstrations, they're not even tests. They're just showing off the screen's capabilities. They're nowhere near testing. We showed it off against Diamond. You saw the difference. We showed it against smarter screens. You saw the difference. We showed it against a white surface. We showed it against black paint, black fabric, black material, you name it. It's already done all those already. We just showed, that's not a test. That shows the capability of the technology. That's it. That's all it does. They're not tests. So does that tell me that's going to pass? Heck yeah, that thing's going to pass. It's going to crush everything we throw at it. This is what it's designed to do. We engineered for it. That's what our blessings are. Anything that God blesses us to have, really, it's designed to take just about any. When I say take, it will take anything out. And I would love to see the naysayers sit there and go, oh, that's not, oh, but you proved it already. You can't talk. You literally proved it already. That you're terrified of our technology. You proved it already. There's no going back to this, that, and the other. I don't even know how in the world, I know I did this twice already. I don't even know how in the world, delusional, I swear, so delusional. I don't even know how in the world some King's Challenge even started when we had cancellations on you from the door. How did that even start? What did you even come up with the bright idea thinking, oh, we'll have a King's Challenge to show you have cancellations on you? Do you know what that means? You canceled orders. Why would you? Good. We're not going down that road, but yeah, you canceled orders. There is none. You don't have anything. You can't have no challenges when you're canceling orders from the door. Doesn't make any sense. That's why I said at one point when you start seeing that kind of activity, this is when you know that you're having a conversation with somebody who only sees one way. There's no point in entertaining it. That's why I sat there and said we're not buying any of his products anymore. I've done it already. I've bought so much of that stuff, it's not even funny. So there's no point in entertaining it. It's a waste of time. Let me see. All right, that one's there. I want that contrast level. Was the contrast level on this one? Or was it just a color on that one? This one was on the vivid colors. Get someone that's mutual. Man, let me tell you something. Explain to you from the door. Their tests compared to what we do in testing? Are you kidding me? Do you see our testing? Our testings are brutal. So I'm pretty sure they're not gonna put you on the same level of testing as we do testing. I'm pretty sure they're not. At all, period. Would have been embarrassing for you though anyway, because your screen still has to come out the same color. And again, if the people that are dealing with you are willing to even talk you up at the end of the day, we know they're not on the up and up. Because we've already seen the track record of your products. Sat there, and clearly the person who's making that statement, the screen literally sat there and failed and turned into a different color, and then turned around and tried to cover that up, then came back in with another demonstration and tried to cover that up. Gee whiz. Just give it up. Oh. And we want to test your stuff and bring it over here for proper testing. You guys, you run from us. You cancel orders. So it tells me from the door, it's wasting my time. It don't work. Where's the other one with the contrast level? We had a contrast level outside. I want to get that one too. I can't wait till we do the acoustic screens on site, because man, I'm bundling it up and I'm putting it in a little bag. That's what I'm doing. I'm not folding that thing up. It doesn't have to be. That's the whole purpose when we do the demonstration. I'll bundle it up and just stuff it in a bag, a drawstring bag, and that's how I'm carrying it around. I like when they sat there and said, oh yeah, his product's cracker peel. I have a demonstration that actually literally has a challenge sitting on it. It's been there for quite some time and no one has met it yet. This is where we actually freeze the screen into a block of ice. Yeah, froze the screen into a block of ice. Have you ever seen that demonstration? And you could hear me pulling the screen apart and the ice popping on camera as I'm trying to separate this thing. I had to go outside, I had to beat this thing with a hammer. So after all that punishment that we just put that screen through, and that same technology that screen went through is the same thing that's embedded in our products, yeah, we don't have a crack on our peeling issue. We can easily back that claim in court too. So mind you, if you're making claims at the end of the day, we will challenge you on those claims in court. Done that one already. That's the reason why we put that one, because we had a guy in Canada who wanted to do an outdoor screen, and he was wondering if the paint would crack or peel. Kind of proved that theory. I had a hard time getting to that screen. Oh, this is the, at one point, I didn't think I had enough time on the video. It was going to be a part 2 because that thing was frozen together so well. Soaked it in water, stuck it in a deep freezer. Let me see. We've done this one. Let me see. I did one for, let me see, direct sunlight. Contrast. Yep. Done all those tests already. I even have demonstrations of screens submerged underwater. Submerged. And y'all afraid of ambient light? Look at the stuff that we do. And y'all afraid of ambient light at the end of the day. Y'all freaking running around putting little lights. That's not little lights up there. That's 2 floodlights. They're 1,000 watts apiece. And we got the overheads on. That's the kind of stuff that we do. No little lights peppered out the environment. No, we light it up in there. So if that screen can run in there, guess what? We can run it any place else we want. When you do contrast demonstrations are supposed to be done in fully lit environments. This is a paint and dry demonstration. Screen's not black, is it? No, it's not black. It had a contrast shifting technology embedded into it that allowed the screen to actually generate higher contrast levels. Not possible. We've actually proved that theory too on multiple occasions. So painted that screen in and then hit it. Paint and dry, which you're supposed to do. You will never see in any paint and dry demonstrations, you will never, ever see me edit the film and then speed past that part and go, oh, it's dry. No, anything could have happened in between that time. The screen might not have dried correctly. All kinds of stuff could happen. And you could watch a person paint over top of the screen when it didn't dry correctly. You needed to see all that. You're not supposed to go in. That's my Epson over there. Now, you see that screen went darker? Yeah, cool, ain't it? So you get a chance to watch a paint and dry. We didn't even use a fan on this thing. We dried it with no, we dried it with a fan. I don't think we dried it with a fan. So how is it possible a screen of that color automatically can read that? I even have demonstrations on contrast shifting technology. I told you at the end of the day that God blesses us with our technology. For us, everything and anything is possible. We don't have glass ceilings. They don't exist for us. So if the Lord says, and I say, Lord, hey, I would love to be able to develop a gray screen that can read a contrast level, Those valve projectors, all those projectors, yeah, we can develop engine technology to make those projectors run extremely smoothly. We've done it. We had a paint, literally called valve paint, to show that we can actually do this. And had people had those projectors, show them off. Some of the gunmetal technology we engineer has that stuff embedded into it. That's why the fellow who's doing the demonstrations on the Gunmetal and Chris Witch page, you will see him using a valve projector. That's what he was using in the demonstration. We have that capability to do it. Do I want to? No, I don't want to. To tell you the truth, I don't want to support those projectors. I don't like what they stand for. If they were honest and upfront about their specifications, hey, so be it. I would design. But if they weren't honest about it and they were lying to customers by saying that, hey, we're using 4K, native 4K, you're not using native 4K. You're using pixel shifting. You're lying. At the end of the day, if you're honest about your lumen count and all that, everything was legit, what you were talking about, yeah, we would develop products for them, no problem. But I don't like the fact that they base their products off a lie, therefore will not support. Now, when our screen's dry, let me see, go over here. So that's the thing about it. It's not possible. It is possible. The thing about it, because people are stuck into the traditional screens, that's what it is. You think that you have to be in ambient light controlled environments, you have to spend the money for expensive projectors and this, that, and the other. It's not possible. It is possible. You can be in a fully lit environment with a projection screen. We were doing that way back 8 years ago on gray screens, that you could do it. Now you just watched the screen that I literally just painted in that turned out to be this color, and it shifted. Now for people saying, oh, it's chameleon paint. No, it's not chameleon paint. You understand how chameleon paint works? You ever seen a car that's painted chameleon paint? If you stand in front of it, you turn from side to side, it changes colors. That's what it does. You can stand in front of that screen, you move from left to right, it still stays gray. That's how chameleon paint works. That's not black. That's actually dark gray. Now see the gray tone to that? It's like the same color as the Frankenstein, doesn't it? Except for Frankenstein doesn't react this way. Because it's just house paint at the end of the day. There's nothing special about it. Sorry to put that out there, but it's true. It's nothing but house paint. We've had it already. If your product worked, then you would be able to do that with no problem. To have that much light transferring back and forth across your screen with no problem whatsoever. See how well lit the environment is? No dark corners or dark pockets, no light splash, none of that nonsense. You should be able to function perfectly. You should be able to read a contrast level in a fully lit environment. When you have to be in a dark environment to show a contrast level, you have already failed from the door. Because what happens if the customer takes the screen out and puts it in a well-lit environment, what's going to happen to your contrast levels? They're going to wash out. What are you going to tell them at the end of the day? Oh, you can't use that in a fully lit environment. You have to be like in an ambient light controlled environment. That's not ambient light controlled. There's nothing about ambient light controlled about this environment. Yep, but the screen's gray. Now, we did demonstrations on basically getting screens to absorb more light. All this technology is embedded in technology we have now. This is how much lighting we used in demonstrations to test screens and inside. Do you see all that light? That's a ton of light hitting the screen. That screen's not black. Screens are silver. Done silver technology to death. So when you're sitting in environments and I'm seeing these lights, lamps behind the back of screens, controlled and lighting in the environment, and then you have people come and says, well, we don't have to do that with a lot of excessive lighting. Yes, you do have to do that with a lot of excessive lighting, because I guarantee if I stick your screen in any of the environments we have to walk and do, and these are commercial industrial environments, you can't read in there. You're going to have to pick up a 100% infinity black level in this environment. Now, these screens, like I said, are gray, they're not black. But in the environments we're at, these screens, would they pick up in commercials? No, they cannot pick up in commercials. They have to have an infinity black level, infinity 1 contrast level to do it. These are showing screens we're actually getting around to testing more on ambient light projection technology. That's a 2000 lumen projector, NEC. In the demonstration, let me see if we get these lights on here. Yeah, we got lights here. See right here in the front? We got 2 sets of lights here hitting the screen. We got lights here, lights at the top, and a bar light in the middle. FLE would eat this with no problem. Now, for those of you who are saying, well, you know, it's taken in, yeah, it's taken in the image, but basically from dealing with black technology for so long now, I can clearly see where the screen is not picking up that black level. Of course, it's not just a silver screen, but at the time, like I said, this is what we were working with, we were developing. But yeah, you can actually see the contrast level, it's not there. Where if we do this, let me see. Isn't it nice to be to go through your library like this? You've done that much testing. You can actually port videos from just about anything you want. That's what you want. At the end of the day, when you go to somebody's YouTube channel, you need to port stuff like this. If they're on their channel and they're constantly just hating, no. Let me show you something right here real quick. This right here is an Optima GT. I think it's a 5500 projector. That's a 20,000 to 1 contrast. The screen color in the middle, that's our black technology on the projector. You will notice that it does not read on the gray or white screen. It won't register. At 20,000 to 1, it can't pick it up. Now, that's an ultra short throw, I think at 3,600 lumens. Yeah, 3,600 lumens. Can't read the screen. This is what I explained to you. Those of you have a 2 million to 1 contrast projector, you can't pick up. Mind you, at the time, we didn't even know how much light that room was pushing off until we found out until I bought a meter, and I realized that meters couldn't even pick up in that room because that's the max out environment. $20,000 to 1 is a waste of money. Can't use it on a gray or white screen. Doesn't register. 2 million to 1, don't register. Still can't use it. And if you got 10 million to 1, you still can't register. You won't pick it up. You have to darken your environment to get your contrast to work. And that's a shame when you pay that much money for a projector, especially when they're ultra short those and you're sitting right up on top of the screen. And you can't get it to register. White wall behind it won't register, won't pick it up. So that's a projector that's designed to be like a set-top box. So you can go in and you can operate your ultra short throw just like a TV. Problem is you can't operate it like a TV because your screen can't see the projector. Take the lights down. Still got light in the environment. And show you that you still can't see it. I see this all the time. People go out and get a white screen And they'll put it up against their ultra short throw, thinking that because that projector has all the bells and whistles, you're going to see the same thing reflect on your screen. You're not seeing any of that at all, period. Look how much light, look how much image you lose compared to with our black technology. So when you bought your projector, what did you actually get? What did you pay for? You didn't get anything at all. Not a thing. Nothing. With a gray screen, you get a little bit. With a white screen, you get nothing. With a black screen, you get everything. Man, that was a workout on that demonstration because the light switch was on the top of the staircase. So I had to keep going to the top of the staircase, turn the lights on, and turn the lights off and lights on demonstration. So you see that right there? Do you see literally that much of your picture is gone on your projector? Look at that. So I think what we're going to do is, as we go along on our adventures, things we got planned for, and also at the end of the year, I'm going to be buying a lot of these projectors used in demonstration and show you why they don't work. I think we have to basically strengthen the impact. So the impact where we're going to hit is basically, if you're using a particular projector in a demonstration, we're going to buy your projector and do the exact same demonstration and show your stuff doesn't work compared to ours. Projector is useless. I've been saying that for years. Your projectors that you are using without black technology is completely useless. Can't read. They don't read. And for anyone who sits there and says, well, you know what? I think you're lying on that. All right, do me a little. I'll put the Starfield link at the bottom. Humor me on this one. Turn all your lights on in your environment. I mean, brighten it up in there. Throw that Starfield on and show me that you can read it next to a black sheet of paper. And I bet you don't even read it. I bet you your screen comes up gray as gray can be. And if you can't read any Infinity 1 contrast level, guess what that means? You're not seeing color either. So that means you're not really getting what your projector is giving you at the end of the day. If your projector is producing a black level, a star field from the projector, then that's what you should be seeing on your screen. A 100% black level. If your projector is producing red, I'm pretty sure you want to see 100% red, 100% purple, 100% green. That's what you want to see at the end of the day. For anybody say, well, what about 100% white level? Well, that's virtually impossible because you have to understand that every screen that's going to be dark enough in order to give you those two items, you're going to have to sacrifice one. It comes down to how much of a sacrifice are you willing to take. That's why we do demonstrations on white levels at 1,000 projectors in fully lit environments, because we know the screen's going to have a difficult time trying to generate white light off the screen. But not only that, it's working with a projector at 1,000 lumens at around 15, 16 feet back. And depending on how much light we have in the environment, depends on how much lumens are left over by the time they make it from A to B to the screen, and whatever the screen's going to have left over to magnify and bring it right back to us. That's why we do those tests. So we have to show at the end of the day that our technology, when we show black paint and white surfaces laying next to the screen side by side, that our technology does not come up to the level where it's so dark you can't see it, but also too, it comes up bright enough where the white surface can't turn it dark, like the black surface that's laying against it also. There you go. So you got to do those tests. So it's always going to be a sacrifice line in there. Whether you're gunmetal, any screen, it's going to have a sacrifice line. It depends on how much of the sacrifice line you're going to receive. So even in the dark, people think, okay, I'll be in the dark. I don't have to worry about that. People dedicated theater rooms to say, I'm in the dark. I don't have to worry about it. Ooh, yes, you do. Yes, you do. That's why we did the thing with Mr. Mannequin. Mr. Mannequin, you turn around, you see light splashing on the ceilings, the walls, the floors, everywhere. Right back at you in your face. When you take black technology, it basically murks all that. You don't have to worry about any light splashing anywhere in the environment. The screen comes up nice and bright. It pulls an image at you, shows white levels and all that. We've done all those demonstrations, all those tests. But yeah, 20,000 to 1. And white screens can't read it. Like I said, I remember when I was sitting over there in Best Buy, and that guy sat there and told that woman that the projector that she had, the BenQ that she bought, the 4K BenQ that she bought, that the white screen, she's going to see everything from the projector into the screen. Oh, gee whiz, really? I just sat there and just listened to that whole conversation. I was like, what? I ain't saying anything, none of my business at the end of the day. That's none of my business. I'm not going to go in, and I'm just not going to get involved in that. But I knew it wasn't going to happen. She's going to get home. She's going to turn the lights on, and the screen going to disappear on her. And she's going to contact them with 100,000 questions on why this, that, and the other. And they're going to recoach her to go in. And maybe you might need to upgrade your screen. You know, I don't know who you talk to. They're probably not going to give it the same salesperson. I'll give it to somebody else. You know, I don't know who you talk to, but he's not here at the time. But I can't help you out with that solution and advise you to buy the more expensive screen, a darker screen that's going to pick up much better, but it's going to come with a cost. That's what's going to happen. And I'm spending $5,000 for a screen, $3,000 for a screen, $1,500 for a screen. At least that'll give you something a little better, but you ain't picking no 100% contrast, won't read. Let me see. Where is... Oh, man. Now, if I go in and I type in Advanced Ambient Light Rejection, that's our technology. I should have a ton of videos pop up under that. ADV, Ambient Light Rejection. That's all I got to type in. That's all I should have to type in. Right here. That's what I mean. If you've done if your products are tested, I should be to go into their page. I've done this. I've literally went on other people's YouTube channels and typed in all kinds of stuff and couldn't find nothing in there at all, period. This is all under Advanced Ambient Light Rejection. Knockout certified screens, tests on transparent screens, screens at 250 inches. It goes on and on and on. You have to show that your product works. And you have to be able to back it up. Front and rear. That was a 17. 250-inch monsters outside. All I had to do was type that in. That's it. It'll pop up anywhere. Front and rear black technology. Ah, there's my projector without the bridge. That's how clean your transfer rate has to be when you're working with a screen that can transfer light through it. It has to be clean. So how smooth and clean that is, no blotches, none of that nonsense, has to be clean. See, when I turn around, see how clean the image is? Has to be clean. I've seen this before. I've seen people try to do this, make black invisible technology, and the screens will come out dirty of all day and night. It just comes out dirty. Little specks across the screen come out dirty. So how clean that is? Go back a little bit more on that one. Spartans have this. Spartans have that capability. They have front and rear. Those screens are jet black in their front and rear. Ooh, come on, let me get that in there. Can we get that in there? There we go. See that? See how clean that is? It's got to be clean. So it means if you're painting a screen on, and you're rolling this on, you never roll on rear projection technology because you will leave imperfections from the roller which transfer to the screen. Bad idea. The first time I saw it, when I read through the specifications and he said roll on application for front and rear, how are you doing this? You can't do that with a rear projection screen. Anything. You have to, if you have a perfect, I don't even know how you would even do that because you would still leave a mark in there somewhere. It has to be sprayed in. That's what has to be done. And you can't spray it in where you're directly the screen. It has to go back and forth. You want to basically dust coat it. That's what you want to do. Layers and layers, you want to dust coat it. You don't want to go heavy on it because you know these drip marks and no pools and mess in the day. You don't want that. So again, yeah, doesn't know what he's talking about. And then on top of that, the transfer rate. See right here, the projector sitting behind is 5,000 lumens. So we can show them, we sit on the other end, we're sitting directly in front of the screen. The 5,000 lumens doesn't have the capability to push through at all, period. Oh, I forgot, they got a little traffic jam going there. Somebody parked their car in the most weirdest way ever, I swear. Now, you see that in the background? That's my chair in the kitchen, which means you can't see through the screen because the screen's not designed to do this. So you should be able to see the reflection of everything on the opposite side where I'm at. It should be that clean of a transfer. If you're not picking up and this is cloudy and you can't really see that background, notice there's no hot spotting, nothing, there you go. You only have to paint one side. That's it. We didn't paint both sides. You only painted one side. That's it. That's how clean your transfer rate has to be. Now, what does a transfer rate mean? That means basically when the image pushes it through the screen, it has to be clean. Transfer rate goes from one end out the other end. It has to be clean. Same way it looks in the front, same way it has to look in the back. Can't have any specks, imperfections, nothing. That nook and cranny English muffin kind of texture to a screen, that would transfer to the other side. Advanced ambient light projection technology. Inside, max out room, insane lights. There you go. Remember I told you about taking the wallpaper screen around? Yeah, this is exactly how we're going to do it. So easily, instead of me just carrying around this big old screen, I can roll that screen up right here, stick it inside of a tube. See the stands right here? They're lightweight, stick them inside of a bag. That's it. I got the whole entire screen, 106-inch screen. I can take anywhere I want on display. And this is why we test them out in the max out zone, because again, the max out zone had commercial lighting. Those big bright lights were commercial lighting. Look at that. Honking the horn ain't gonna do a world of good. If the car is there, the car is there. Chances are most people see you honking the horn, they don't even come outside. Unless you're waiting for somebody. But other than that, they don't even come outside. Like, I'll just let him wait. He'll back up and just leave. Now, you see all those projectors sitting over here? You should have, we should have a lot of projectors. If you're doing screen paint products, you're supposed to have a lot of projectors. And I mean a lot of projectors. My collection that I'm going to be starting on my projectors for my what do you call it, for my portable projectors, I'm gonna have 60 in my count. 60 of them in my count. So I don't know how in the world you only have like 2 projectors that you're using for testing. You have to use them all different sorts of screens and projectors you have to have. And the reason why they can't do that, because if they go with the older models, that 720p projector using that demonstration, that's a newer model. My 720p projectors got BMCs on the back of them. They're discontinued in 2011. I had a projector was discontinued in 1999. So, no, y'all projectors are too new. Oh, Dragon Ball Z on a 250-inch screen. That was fun. I had to buy this game through the physical disc, because I had to download it. I paid for it. Then I had to turn around. I had to basically, it took it off the menu, and then it just wasn't there anymore. Dragon Ball Z at 200. Oh, you can't see that, can you? At 250 inches. This is where we had the rock system. Not a good idea, because when the wind came down the driveway and caught underneath here, those rocks became airborne easily. The last thing you do is be smacked in the head with a bunch of bricks. Dragon Ball Z. We're going to do another one of those screens. Matter of fact, this is part of the pre-coated screens we're working on. These screens are going to be coated. The smallest ones we got are 180. Now we got some outdoor screens at 100 inch to 150 inch, but these are colossals. They're used mostly probably for commercial use. Most people buy for just commercial uses, but those screens are going to be in the range of 180 to 300 inches. How your screens have to operate, gentlemen, outside. So if you're worrying about some little bit of lighting in the environment disrupting your screen, you will not survive in commercial. Your screen's going to have to be operating outside. No company will touch you with a 10-foot pole. You got to be to show them outstanding results that you can use your products in a commercial environment. Can't get any more well lit than outside at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. What I mean by gentlemen, I try to be polite, even when I got people that are calling me dirty names in the end of the day. So I just refer to them as gentlemen. That's what I do. Even though they're far from it, I still try to be polite about it. Let's burn a fireplace outside in the snow. Do 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 do. I thought that'd be fun to do. Go out in the snow and do that. Pull contrast levels in the snow. Let's show some snow in the snow. That's the kind of crazy stuff that you have to do in your demonstrations to get recognized. Because if not, you're just going to be just like everybody else. Ambient light controlled environments, all that other blah, 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 blah stuff. That's where you're going to be at. Got to do things that are different. Wow, man. Customers can do the same thing we do. See? Same thing. I take a screen and stick it outside. Customer can do the same thing. You don't see how my customers sit in those dark environments all day long. They don't have to. If we're outside, they can go outside. Shouldn't pick up an infinity black contrast level while they're out there. Should react the same way. If I'm outside, they can go outside. Oh, this is where I painted the 180-inch screen paint down. These are demonstrations you have to have. You can't make accusations that 2 quarts of your product are going to paint a 300-inch screen, because that's not going to happen. And then do Mickey Mouse math to say the equivalence of 3 100-inch screens equals up to an actual 300-inch screen. Oh, no, no, no. You're definitely off by a lot at the end of the day. People read through that. And you have to consider the fact that I'm not the only one reading through your website. There are other people reading through your website. When they read that, it turns them off. They're not going to buy from you, because they're going to figure if you can't do the calculations correctly to know exactly how much paint goes into painting a 300-inch screen. And mind you, some of these people will hire professional painters to do their screens. And I'll have this conversation with the phone like, wait, how much does it take to paint a 300-inch screen? 2 quarts. That's it? And they'll go look at the button, and the guy will be like, nope, hang up the phone, hang up the phone. There is virtually impossible. You cannot take 2 quarts and paint a 300-inch screen. Not if you use a sprayer, and a sprayer is going to use 10 times more paint. It's going to draw out 10 times more paint than rolling it in. Majority, if you're not trained, your paint's going to be up in the air somewhere. But no, that's virtually impossible. But literally put that on the site that you basically an equivalence of 3 100-inch screen. If that's the case, then the 250 inches that I had in my backyard would be a 300-inch screen, correct? No, About 198 inches would it be from one side to the next. That's what it would be. So equivalent, something near in a 235.1 kind of setting. But no, you can't do that. I don't know where in the world that Mickey Mouse map came in from. You can't do that. No, that's something that noobs do when they first start off. when they're trying to add up exactly how much paint, if someone gives them a big order and they say, hey, we want you to paint a 200, we need much paint for a 200-inch screen, and they'll go in and go, oh, well, you know, it'll paint it due to the fact it'll paint two 200-inch screens, two 100-inch screens at 4 feet by 7 feet. No, you're so far off when the math is not even funny. So if you're painting a 100-inch screen and it's 4 feet high and 7 feet wide, and you're painting a 300-inch screen, there's no way in the world that's going to add up. We've done the math. If you lay them down lengthwise, you have 21 feet, but you're only 4 feet high. So you're missing a good amount of the length of the screen, but also to the height. So you stack it up. You stack it up, right? You got 12. 3 times 4 is 12. But you still only got 7 feet. So where's the rest of the screen? And mind you, 12 feet ain't nowhere near a 300-inch screen, because my screen was 250 inches and it was 11 feet high and over 20 feet wide. So no, can't. That's when people read that like, nope, you don't know what they're doing. You should know this. If you've been in the business that long, you should know exactly how much it takes to paint in a screen. Now for us, it takes to paint the 250-inch, it took 96 ounces to do it. I did that 96 ounces. Got a demonstration showing you how I painted it in. As a matter of fact, it's on our site. Painted in a screen with 96 ounces. But yeah, you have to do paint downs. It's very important you do paint downs so you know exactly how much paint a person's going to use. And you're going to have to go really heavy on the screen because, again, you know, people are not going to be professional painters. Some people are going to paint heavy. So when you paint heavy down the screen, you have to make sure there's enough paint left over. And coverage is another thing too. If the paint's too thin, it's not going to have good coverage. You're going to have to, if you're doing it on a piece of wood, you're going to have to sand and putty and everything else to get it to be nice and smooth in order you apply it down, because again, any imperfections are going to push right to the surface. That's what Goose Screen was doing. What was this right here? Oh, that's one of the tests. We're doing another product. Let me see. What's this one? Oh, this is the other one I was looking for too. I need this one. I had to put in sunlight rear. That'll pull it up too. I ain't got to put in much. It'll dig it out. This is one we did with the Vortex, and we did something else with it. Oh yeah, the what's it? The Vortex or something? Oh yeah, the wormhole. Oh, burning fireplace too. I forgot about that. That's the one with the burning fireplace attached to it. Now imagine if you got a barbecue pit. Oh my goodness, this is going to look insane on your glass. Definitely insane. You can have a barbecue pit burning on your glass. That's why I said you got to think outside the box. The skies is going to be the limit with this technology. Anytime you walked outside your store and you wanted to really bring that glass to life, to really advertise what you are selling, you could do that. You can definitely do that. You see my time that I pull up on my my phone? Because you have to make sure everything is timed. That's why you're getting all those notifications. Out there with a fire stick. Operating through a fire stick right through the glass. I got my time. My time is 12:49. So at 12:49 in the afternoon, when the sunlight is at its peak levels, that screen can pull an image right through. So that means from the testing we did in those demonstrations, I was able to, it was hot, man. It was so hot that day. I was sweating buckets out there, getting cooked doing these tests. But I had to go out there and start up at 9 o'clock. Then I had to be out there at 10 o'clock. I had to be out there almost on every hour to see exactly if the screen was going to have any problems as we were going through. You have to have these tests. If you're going to say you have that FLE technology, you have to have these tests. No one's going to touch you with a 10-foot pole. There's Taco up there, my cat. See that? You got to have it all timed and stamped. So anytime someone challenges us, oh, we got it done. There you go. Time stamp this baby. Got that baby to generate. Now we got a new 3 versions of this ADTECH coming out. One's actually super black. It's sick. It's really, really sick. It's a super black, but you don't paint the glass. It's actually a 4x8 surface. Stick that in right into the glass, hit this window, and it's like a TV when it pushes right through. Then we have a clear version, and then we have another version that we're working on. It's going to be a form for holograms, for projector mapping applications. All right, pause it there. I need to grab this right here, get this right here, get this over here, get this over there. Where are we at right here? I need to come over here. Let's see, I'm gonna put you right here. I need one more for the contrast too. That's the last one I need for the contrast. Let me take you out of here. Put you in here. So now we can point people when they go to the site and they want to know about FLE technology. We have it right here, proof backing up that the technology works. Usually I got to pull it out on my cell phone and say, here you go, show them the demonstration. But it's fantastic with the site and they can see it right there. You want to be able to back it up. Okay, that's the vortex. Oh, yeah. This one right here too. This one we're going to expand. We're going to expand the video players. Oh, this is the one with the contrast level on it. Yes. Excellent. Outstanding. Beautiful. So we ran everything. We ran snow levels, contrast levels, color levels, everything. Ran everything out there. See if we can put. This is fantastic for those of you who sell makeup, who do hair. You do hair at the end of the day, you can advertise your clients with their permission. Mind you want to make sure you get those consent forms. Advertise their hairstyles right through the glass. So that you're paying for those poster images that you have in your window, people sitting up there, like mannequins. You can actually do live clients right through your glass. I told you, stuff is going to make millions of dollars. I know people saying like, but I'm always worried about what I'm gonna do with the money we're gonna make off our company. I got plans for the money. I'm putting my money toward charity. That's what I'm gonna do with my money, or God's money. We're gonna use it to help other people out. Now, of course, you can buy some nice stuff for myself. I don't need that expensive at all. Not that type of person. Don't need it. My money's gonna go to help other people out. Drug programs, feeding the homeless, charity for cancer patients and stuff like that, all that stuff. I'm donating a lot of money out to that. You know what I mean? And at any company, any place we do business at, they will know that our technology comes from our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. He gets all credit for all things. They will know. If they don't believe in God, they will when we walk through there, when they see the technology we're blessed with. We will never take that credibility. I remember I walked out of it. People think at the end of the day it's about money for me. It's not about money for me. I've had $1 million contracts laid in my lap. I have big companies like Screen Innovation like that were basically interested in our technology at the end of the day. I could have went in different directions. I had that opportunity. I have the opportunity now if I want to. I'm the only one right now that has a technology that can feed 100,000. You know how much money that technology is worth right there sitting on top of that screen? It's worth millions of dollars. For any company that has that technology. Our FLE screen paints right now can knock out any certified screen. Any one of those companies, we sell out and we get that technology. We sell that technology over to Diamond. Diamond coats that stuff on their screens. Their screens will wipe out every single screen that'll come near it. And they can pick up and read that infinity black level. on a level that we can. So I can easily sell out. That's not hard to do. But I'm not about that. I got into this business for one purpose, was basically because I refused to spend $3,000 for a gray wolf. And I felt the need that $3,000 for a screen was just too much money and we could do better. And here we are now. I walked out of a $1 million contract on a fellow I met on Facebook. And this fellow I met on Facebook had money. He had serious money. Him and his group had serious money. And on their Facebook, they showed pictures like at Vegas, all kinds of fancy, expensive cars and everything. I mean, just flaunting. And me and him got in this good conversation. He was like, you know, you have any investors? And I said, at the time, no, we didn't have any investors. He was interested in giving me a lot of money for basically being on board with this technology. Can you imagine what he would be worth right now if we allowed him to be able to invest in a company with the technology we have coming in 2024? I know people have had contracts through us and you messed up. You got to be kicking yourself right now, because I would, if you know exactly what this FLE is designed to do. But anyway, it wasn't meant to be anyway. It was meant to be, then God would allow it to be so, but it wasn't. So therefore it is what it is. But anyway, we got into this conversation with this guy, and nice guy, real cool dude, get on the phone with them. And I had a conference call with other buddies that were interested also too in investing in the technology and product. Mind you, they have purchased their stuff already. I told you, before anyone's going to invest in you, they have to test your stuff to make sure it works exactly as you said it does. And they did. So they liked it, and they were interested in basically in doing business with me. So, position here a little better here. Ugh. So anyway, as we're in this conference call and we're having this conversation, they asked me, where did I get, am I a chemist? I get that all the time. Am I a chemist? Did I go to school for it and all this other stuff? And I go, no, I ain't go to school for any of this stuff right here. All this came from God. And they laughed about it. They thought it was funny. No. I don't think you got it from God. I think maybe you got some inspiration, but where's your background from and the designer stuff? Because anyone's designing stuff has to have some kind of chemistry background. I go, no, I don't have a chemistry background. I was already getting ticked off because I didn't like the way they were laughing at my Lord and Savior. You don't take my Lord and Savior as a joke at the end of the day. And they're sitting there talking about how, you know, yeah, he just got his inspiration. He's just a little happy because he's about to get some real serious money. Now you're going to belittle me in the process. See, that's why I try to explain to people. I don't care how much you make, how much you own, and who you know. Your money doesn't mean anything to me at the end of the day. I serve God. So since I serve God, God provides everything that I need. And I think God has more than you do at the end of the day, because very much things that you own, that you claim that are yours, you can't take with you. You will leave it here on the earth with everybody else. That's where your stuff will go. The things that you have here on the earth that give you the ranking and the capabilities that you're able to do these things, and you will go to the next life. So I didn't get in that conversation. I just sat there and said, conversation's over, because that's the last time you're going to disrespect my Lord like that. So I hung the phone up. So the guy calls back and says, oh, we must have had a disconnection. I said, no, we didn't have a disconnection. I said, I'm done. I'm not bothering with you guys anymore due to the fact that I don't like the fact how you disrespected my Lord like that. I told you at the end of the day that money don't mean anything to me. That God provides everything that I need at the end of the day. So after that, negotiations try to continue on, and this is where things got a little interesting for them. So they thought that, okay, we'll give him more money. We'll give him more money, and this way he'll sell out. You know it's going to turn down this kind of money. I did turn it down. Because people have to understand is when you basically have a relationship with God, and you have a real relationship with God, you don't see money like that anymore. You don't. You don't sell out like that. You don't. I did that one already. When I got out of lockup and I found God and I got my life together and I started doing things the right way, but because my clothes were a little bit old and outdated, I started to become obsessed with money outside of the church, and I fell. And I lost my salvation for just a little bit. And no matter how much and whatever I purchased and whatever I bought could never fill the void of the relationship that I have with God. And I realized that day that money at the end of the day don't mean jack to me. My relationship with God is worth way more.
So we're learning from that experience. That's the reason why I can't sell out, because your money don't mean anything to me. I'd rather be poor. I'd rather be sitting in a shoebox or in a cardboard box, and I'd rather be in raggedy clothes at the end of the day, having people mock me and tease me every single day. I'd rather live that life and know that I'm closer to God than be a rich man sitting there among a bunch of demons that are staring me in the face, and I don't even know what the next outcome will be. I'll take that life any day. You have to be through it. You have to go through the torment in order to know what the true value of knowing God is. And that's the thing about it. And I'm glad I realized all that, because I could have easily walked that line extremely easily and denied God when I got out of that system and basically continued to walk that road. And maybe I would have lost my salvation. Maybe I lost my life in the process. But I'm glad I took the road I took. So that's why those guys couldn't understand, because they've never had the opportunity to take that road. And I feel sorry for them, because if they don't find God when they pass off this earth, they'll be going someplace else far worse. And all their possessions and everything they have that make them what they are on this earth will stay behind. So that's why I turned them down. You can't disrespect my Lord that way. Someone who basically has been there from day one. Even when I denied him, he had my back. I'm not going to basically turn my back on him. I won't do it. So through that, they gave me, I'm not going to tell you how much money. It was a lot. And I turned it down. And they kept offering more, but I kept dropping it to the point where we got to where it's kind of funny. We have a negotiation. A negotiation is supposed to be that the more money you add, the more chances you got of obtaining what you want. But the way I did it was that the more money they added, the worse things got for them. Well, I started dropping the percentage of how much they would own of the company. And then they would say, well, how about, it went in another direction, how about 500,000? And I'd still drop it. And it got to a point, it got down to $50. So we went from, God knows, I can't tell you how much it was a lot, down to $50. That shows you at the end of the day that no matter how much money you got, your money is worth nothing to me. I had to give them that lesson at the end of the day. That you think that you can go anywhere you want and buy anybody you want in the day and disrespect anybody the way you want, and they're just going to deal with it because they want that money. I am not the person for it. I don't care about what you have at the end of the day. I couldn't care less. I care about serving God. That's what I care about. That's all I care about. So I'm not interested. Yeah, this technology is going to make me millions of dollars. It's going to make me a lot of money. But I'm not interested in fancy cars. I'm not interested in jewelry and vacations and all that stuff. I'm keeping it simple. Nice little 7 acres, build me a nice little small little tiny home out there for me and a cat, and spend the rest of my money basically taking care of other people, because that's where it needs to be put at. People need to know at the end of the day that my blessings come from God, and the things I do is because of him. That he gets glory for all things. And if you laugh about that and you find that funny, then I don't do business with you, because I know what kind of person I'm dealing with. Some people will sit there in a room full of men with money, and these men will be demons sitting in these suits just looking at you if you really saw them. It's not saying all of them, not all of them. Now, I want to put that out there. Some are good, honest businessmen. I've met some good, honest businessmen in my life. But some people have those intentions. You have to be able to see them for what they are. And if you put God in your life first, you will see all these things. You will see everything you need to see. It's kind of like having a second sight. You will see it all. Don't get caught up in that world, people. It'll take you out a lot faster than you think. There's one guy we're doing business with, my buddy June. He's a family man, hardcore family man, and the other one, TK, he's a Christian man and family man also too. And now on the other hand, I don't do any of that stuff that they were, they're wanting us to come down to their place of business, and we can go to a bar and go to a strip club and all this stuff like that. Because, they want to get you drunk, get you sweet in the pot a little bit, and have you sign off on things that you would never sign off on because you're drunk and you're in the spirit of the moment. Nope. No. We can meet at a coffee shop, someplace like that. But I'm not going to any bars because I don't drink at the end of the day, and I don't find any reason for me to be in such a place like that to begin with. I just asked him a question. Would Jesus Christ be there? Oh, he's not going to be there? Then guess what? I'm not going to be there either. Do we have enough? We did all these, right? We got all these in here. So I think I got a pretty good bunch of them in there. I'm going to go save this, and I'm going to work on what you're going. But I have people sitting there saying, oh, you wouldn't sell? No, why would I? I've done it already. I've sold out. I've done that one already. I learned from that one already. You can't fill the void. You can't do it. And I was buying everything. I was buying brand new Air Jordans. I was buying TVs and stereos and CD players and Sony Walkmans. Mine is way back in the day, so you can understand this. I was buying all this stuff because I was trying to find something to fill the empty void of the sadness I was feeling. And every time I would walk past that church, I would see the people out in the church, and the devil had a hold on me at that time. He had a hold on me because I was looking at them out there, and here I am with all my new gear on across the street. Till I look at them, they don't even know how to live life. But a part of me at the end of the day knew where I was supposed to be. I was supposed to be across that street with them, but I couldn't walk across that street because the devil had a hold on me because of that money. All about that money, money, money. How to earn more of it, how to get more of it, how to show off, how to floss, full of pride, all that nonsense. But God got a way of taking it away from you too. So what happened was, my mother was in the process of moving, and at the time I was back out there again, doing the dumb stuff, getting caught up in money, doing the dumb stuff all over again, and she wasn't having it. She said, look, I don't want this the first time with you. When we had some problems and you got locked up, I'm not going through this the second time, so we're leaving, and you're going to be out on the street. And I went and bought all this stuff up, hooked my room up, came home from whatever I was doing, and the house was empty. My mom had left, moved. I was in this big empty house, nothing up there except for my stuff in my room. Everything's intact, and he just left. So, what do? I have a nest egg. I was living for the moment. I was spending money just as fast as I was getting it. Didn't have any money saved up. So I had to take all my stuff that I had and sell it to the guy down the street who used to run a pawn shop. And I pretty much got some money, but not the money I spent for it. And I was homeless for a bit. I was on the streets for a while. And I basically called a family member up and another location. I'm not going to say who because we got some weirdos that stalk us. And they invited me into their home, even knowing the reputation that I had. And I stayed down there for a bit. And then I realized that I didn't want to sleep on the couch anymore, that I wanted to get my life together. And I started going back to reading the Bible and walking with the Lord and just getting things right the way they were. I came back and asked for forgiveness. The Lord, of course, he forgave me and put things back together and realized that I didn't want to go down that road with that money anymore. I want to do things different, try to do things different. Pray that he put me in a better position, but help me out to learn from my mistakes. And that's what happened. I came back to Philadelphia, got a job washing some dishes, rented a nice little small room out, and built myself all back up again. This time I did it with God. So I learned from that experience. That's why I'm not interested in money like that. God provides what I need. If I need money for this, that, and the other, he makes sure I have what I need. That's it. He provides everything I need. But I don't want to obsess it, and I don't want to chase it. I'd rather chase God instead. I chased money already. It didn't go well at all, period. Many different times it didn't go well. When I started chasing God, things got much better. Much, much better. So you don't have to have, even though, and the good thing about it, I'm glad I did go through all that, because now what he's blessed me to have, the knowledge and education to have this kind of technology and what it's worth, that I'm prepared to be able to handle whatever comes my way, and the devil's not going to be able to get in there and try to persuade me to do otherwise, which he did the last time. I learned from that experience. Sometimes you have to go through that. So whatever God's blessings, what God has prepared for you in the future, you can be able to obtain those blessings without the devil trying to basically corrupt those blessings. But you got to be careful. Like I said, God will prepare you for everything. But when you sit there and say homeless, yeah, I was homeless. I did. I spent some time on the street. I had to go through it. I had to go through all of it. I left the church and I basically became obsessed with money. And I learned a lesson from that. And that's why I can relate to a person who's out on the street. I can relate to them not having enough food and not having a roof over top their head. And this is what makes me want to do more to take my company and help other people out, because I have walked a mile in their shoes. I've done it already. So, yeah. Gotta go through something in life. You do. Let me see. We got all this in here, so that's all done right there. We still got to do the rest of these. I'm gonna go up to that page where it says 1,000 lumens. I want to add some more videos in there. We got a lot more videos in that in there. Let me see. Let's go to our pages. Did I save this already? I did save it. Okay, we should do auto save. Should have kicked in already. Yes, sirree. And I don't care if the trolls get out there and they want to use this, because they do. They take everything I say. They try to come back at me. you're not hurting me in any way whatsoever. I don't know what you're trying to achieve or anything, but no, you're not hurting me. Just digging a deeper hole for yourself for court. That's basically about it, because that's where the messages go. They're redirected to the detectives unit over there. But other than that, no, you're not shaming me. How are you shaming me another way? You know what, sir? The devil tries to do that all day long. Well, you kind of do it when they do it. You know, you're not shaming anybody. It's sad that you basically put that much energy into Satan, but okay. I did it at one point. That's why I said waking up bitter and full of hatred and all that stuff. You know, that is not the way to live. It isn't to live that way, full of hatred. I've done that one already. That's what got me locked up. Full of bitter and hatred. Don't go well. You just give the devil more fuel. Oh, this is a demonstration of 1,000 lumens versus 5,000 lumens. That was a good demonstration. Look at you down there kneading dough. Are you kneading dough? Are you down there kneading dough? I'm gonna get you a little chef hat because you be down there kneading dough. All right, let's see what we got here. We did them outside. I definitely do want to expand, but this background, I don't know. This background's nice. What's it look like on the preview for this background? Let me see. Or that Crystal Age page, that intro page was a headache to do. Man, I had to get the words just right so they would just fit right in there. All right, we'll go over here. Let's see, we got the 1,000 lumens page over here at the bottom. Just give me an idea what I'm kind of going to here. Yep, put them through a bit of a shocker. They was a bit surprised that I would turn down that kind of money. I even had a fellow contact me one time. He wanted me to fly me down there to Florida. He is going to pay for my airline tickets and everything. And he wanted me to come down there and paint his screen in. I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. Like, no, we are not doing that. I'll pay for your time. I'll pay for this. No, we're not doing that. I'm not coming down there to paint your screen in there so you can bring your buddies in and brag about how you got the owner who developed the product to come down and paint your screen in personally. Nope, not doing that at all, period. You know, throw a few bones my way and I'm going to pick them up. And basically, no, we're not doing that. So he got a ban. He can never purchase from me ever again. Because I don't appreciate that. It's an insult to my intelligence at the end of the day that you're going to sit there and tell me that you want me to come down there and paint you. Why can't you paint the screen in? I mean, come on, you going to fly me all out there and spend all this money? You paint the screen. I'm busy. I don't have time to go out and paint someone's screen in personally. We're not doing that. We're not going to go do that. I'm not doing that. I remember everybody was laughing about that so hard, cause I say, my buddy said, you should have went down and did it. I said, why? I said, man, cause you could have made an interesting name for yourself. How do you go about that? He said, man, you could have walked in there like a prima donna, in this all black outfit with some red velvet on you, like they have for the movie curtains, and then pull out this little gold bag with some popcorn and throw it up in their face, like, enjoy yourselves. I'd have become a thing down there. Them people would have been paying all kinds of money just for you to come in there and throw popcorn in their face. And it's funny because that's actually really true. That is true. And on top of that, I don't want to be that person because, again, Satan will basically have a ball with that. You become a prima donna, all that arrogance and pride in there. Now, if you're doing it to be fun, but we got to be careful about that. But anyway, that would have been hilarious. We laughed about that for hours. And, man, you walk in that spot. and you just drop your velvet on the ground and somebody had to pick it up, and you just feel the energy in the room. Like, I can feel the energy. This is the spot where we can put it right here. And then you have your guys come in and paint the screen in real quick. And then when you're done, you set it up and you walk out, and they give you the money, and you just reach into this golden bag and just pour some popcorn and just throw it in their face and go, enjoy yourselves, and walk out. Now, it's funny when I say, what's funny about that is the fact that if you're well known, it's like I said, how rich people get. If you have a neighbor next door, well, you're all rich at the end of the day. It's pretty, you're all rich. Some have more, some have less, but you're still all rich. But anyway, you had a neighbor next door, and he'll talk about, yeah, had this guy come in, he painted the screen in. And the interesting thing about it is he took out this popcorn out of a gold bag and threw it in my face and said, enjoy yourself. I said, it's the most strangest thing ever, but still, the screen is absolutely insane. Now, I can imagine this, right? And then the guy was like, really? He said, yeah, who was the guy? Who was the guy? And they come over to the screen. Like, people, rich people get envy. They want what the other person has. And sometimes they'll make things impossible so that person can't get it. But, you know, just say how funny this would be. All right. So say the guy contacts me and says, yeah, you did my neighbor's screen. I need you to come over here and do my screen. And what he's going to be waiting for is when I put the screen in, most of all, he's going to be waiting for me to throw this popcorn in his face because he wants to be just like his friend. So say if I don't throw popcorn in his face, I guarantee you that guy will pretty much keep his face right in front of me all the time so I can reach into my bag and throw popcorn in his face. So he can get the same treatment the other guy got. Because he'll go back and say, yeah, he put the screen in, but did he throw the popcorn in your face? No, he didn't throw popcorn in my face. Well, what did you do? What did you say to him? He didn't throw popcorn in your face. I didn't say anything. Well, you need to call him back. Maybe he didn't pay enough money for the package. Get another package. Pay more money. Maybe he'll throw popcorn in your face. Always crying. I never laughed so hard over that. I literally never laughed so hard in my face. But yeah, you can go in there and throw popcorn in people's faces. Put a screen in. They'll pay like God knows how much money for. And then at the end of the day, throw popcorn in their face and say, enjoy yourselves. And walk away. Yep. And they'll be talking about, did you throw popcorn in your face? Oh my goodness, yes, you threw a handful. A handful? How did you get a handful? I got a couple, three corners. Yeah, 3 kernels. That's basically about it. Yeah, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. They always request something. People I talk to within the day, I talk to some very interesting. I'm not saying all of them are like that. No, not all of them are like that, but some can be that way. Some can be that way. Like if John across the street got the 4-door Bugatti and you got the 2-door Bugatti, and the one he got, only make 2 of them in the entire world. I can see where that comes from, because if everybody has money and they could buy what you have, then you really can't be original. You can't be different than everybody else. So you have to buy things that you know that they can't get at the end of the day, even though they have the money. You have to find something extremely rare that they don't have. So I can understand that part too. But in the day, I really wouldn't even care, because I have money. I mean, I can do. I can help other people. I don't know, because I guess their mindset wouldn't be that way. Some people's mindsets are that way. Can't say they're all that way. Yeah, rich people to help other people out. They're good people, but you know, I just don't. I wouldn't buy just for the sake of just trying to keep up with the Joneses. I don't really care about the Joneses at the end of the day. Nah. I'm more. If my neighbor got the same thing I got, hey, enjoy. You know what I mean? And we can sit back and we can talk about what we got and brought. Something like that. But I wouldn't get anything crazy expensive. I wouldn't even need it. I got collectibles in my storage unit right now. I don't even touch. I don't really think about it. Ain't that right, Mr. Taco? Mr. Taco! Rawr! I touch your bun-buns. How dare you touch my bun-buns? I will attack you. I touch your tail. How dare you touch my tail? Wow. Fuzzy boy. Here. I'm almost done. You good? You okay? Oh, you stand so like a little gentleman. Like a little gentleman. All right, let's get this autofill in here. What do we put in? We put the gray in here. We did put the gray in there. All right, for this one. All right, so let's change. Oh, we have the color in here already. Why don't we use gray? Why don't we just use white? White would have been much better. What do we use for here? We use white, right? We use black. Why do we use black for the color filling? No, we should went with white on that one. White would have been much better. And we had it at what? We had it at 5. 5, yeah. White would have been much better. Let's go with these right here. These are some outside demonstrations at 1,000 lumens. Let me see. Let's bring this down to white. I'm going to change this out to white instead. Oh, yeah, we're done with you. All right. And let's get this right here. Let me see. Nope, nope, no, no. Design. We have this at 7. I need you at 5. Put you in for the white right there. Updates, updates, updates. I do like the Crystal Edge sight. That cube. Oh, man. Freaking love that design. Let me see over here. Now, my ex, she was Dominican. Don't like the snow at all, period. So when I was out there building snowmen and snow forts and all that other cool stuff and having fun, she would not step foot outside. She couldn't stand the snow. Hated it. Hated the snow. Yeah, I hated the snow. Couldn't stand it. I love snow. I love it. She, when we went to going to the Poconos, nah. Didn't step foot out of that wooden building, of the cabin at all, period. Stayed in. Nope, I was out there and everything, man. I was doing the tubing. I was doing the freaking snowmobiles, four-wheelers. I don't do horses, by the way. I was doing the snowboarding, ice skating. Yeah, I was up there having a ball. Coming in out door like a abominable snowman covered in snow. I was having so much fun out there. But her, nope. She wanted to stay inside. She wanted to go watch TV and order room service and all that stuff by a burning fireplace. Man, I just wanted to be out in the snow. Especially at nighttime, they did the night trails with the snowmobiles in the back. We had the instructor would take you out there in the back trails and stuff. Oh my goodness, you gotta be kidding me. Yeah, I barely spent very little time inside. I had a ball. Where's Ken out? Somewhere out in the snow. That's where I was at. Out there having a ball. Let's add a page onto this one. That's like we went on this school trip, and I've been to Poconos a few times. There's some family live out there, but anyway, I never forget that when we got on the bus. You know, and fellow guys who had the girlfriends with them, you know, going on this trip and all. And they talked about how they were going to sit in the cabin and, you know, and relax with them and all this stuff. And they were going to be there with them, romantic evening all together. Yeah, right. The minute they got off that bus, they saw them Bangees and freaking snowmobiles blow past. Nope, that was it. That's all it took. Where's the rental? Where do you rent those at? That was it. That was it. Was it a church trip? I think it was a church. It was something we went to. Not a church, it was something. But anyway, long story short, yeah, we didn't spend any time with them at all, period. No, we was out there. Ones that did like the snow, they were out there, but they wanted to just sit there and thought it was going to be a romantic evening. No, the first minute when we got off the bus and we saw the Bangees and snowmobiles, four-wheelers blow past, I was like, oh. Nope. Where y'all rent these at? Yes, where is that? We was at all night. I'm coming in the door covered in snow about 2 o'clock in the morning because I did that night trail. And Buddy was just leaving out. I was like, yo, I did the night trail. It was freaking off the chain. What's this? Yeah, you got to try that, man. Went back in, came in, got something to eat, passed out, was tired. Went back out, did it again. We're going to spend some time together. We'll spend some time together. I got you. 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 Had so much fun. Oh, come on, man. I mean, freaking, it had so much fun, man. Those are the toys for the men. We walked down, saw them things blow by. I was like, oh, they were doing donuts and all kinds of stuff and jumping stuff. I was like, yeah, this is where I'm going. Even if you didn't even know how to, you learned a little bit. It's not that hard to operate one of them. It really isn't. But we had a ball. They had a beginner's class and training classes to teach people and stuff. I respect the bikes and all that stuff. But the night course was freaking amazing. I freaking loved it. You meet a lot of cool, interesting people too on top of that. But we did do some inside activities and dinners and stuff like that, you know, because you got to be fair. But man, most of that time was out there on that freaking the snowmobiles blew by, all that freaking romantic cuddling together, all that just went right out the window. All we saw was the bikes. Like, oh shoot, they got them up here. Oh shoot, where you rent these at? Yep, that was it. Now, a few of my friends were doing horses. Like I said, I don't do horses, but they're good with it. I do horses, but it was fun. I loved it. Now, I used to hang around with my white boy friends. I had a lot of white boy friends. I played hockey. A lot of them would do, they skated on ponds and stuff like that. And got a chance to go out to a couple of people at some land, and they had the frozen ponds out there and got a chance to do some skating out there. It was real nice, actually, really, really nice. I liked it. And then hanging out with them and all, that's why I started going up there to the Poconos and doing a little snowboarding. And I'm not big on skis. I just can't do it. I'm more comfortable with snowboarding because I used to skateboard. That's why. But yeah, hanging around with them. And tubing. Oh my God, I had so much fun tubing with them out in the snow. That was freaking amazing. Screamed like a woman all the way down. But still, school was on and we had a ball. Let me see. That's why I tell people, you got to get out and meet new people. You know what I mean? Different races. You learn so much by... I don't know how anybody in the world can be racist. I don't know how you do it. You miss so much from learning from other people. You alienate yourself from different cultures and different foods and just people all around you. I don't know how people are like this at the end of the day. It must be a real sad life you live. It must be a real sad life you live. Because I couldn't imagine that. Just hating somebody for the color of their skin or anything about them. That's just, man, something wrong about you at the end of the day. It says a lot about you at the end of the day. I don't know how. Hanging out from different races, I've learned so much. Had all different kinds of food. Learned everything about these people at the end of the day. Yeah. If I go on a trip, I'm going over. I don't really stay at the resort. I don't want to be at the resort. I don't want to eat the food at the resort. I want to go into with the people, and I want to eat at the mom and pops. I want to eat at the local stores. That's where I want to be at. That's what I call experiencing the country that I'm visiting. That's where I want to be at. I want to be in with the people. That's where I want to be. I don't want to be in the resort. I really don't. Now I'll go there to sleep, of course. I pay the money for it, but other than that, I'd rather be out there with the people. That's like getting skybox seats. I don't want a skybox seats. I got skybox seats before. I had a friend of mine worked at Ticketron. And we got tickets all the time for just about everything. No, I don't want to be in the skybox. I want to be in the crowd with the screaming, the yelling, the ranting, the fighting, the whole 9 yards. That's where I want to be at. That's the best seats in the world. Those are the best seats in the world because you're in there with the fans, the true fans. I understand people say I got skybox seats. I'm a true fan, but no. I don't see it that way. You're a true fan when you down there. That's when you're a true fan. I don't want to be over top watching the game. If I can do that, I can go home and watch it on TV. I want to be down there. That's the experience. Watching somebody doing some crazy chicken dance or whatever they're doing out there, and everybody screaming and yelling and having a ball and yelling back and forth. And you get the chance to meet all kinds of friends at the end of the day. I don't know you from a can of beans, but because we wear the same jersey, we are brothers. That's what I like. That's what I like about it. I don't know anything about you. Nothing. But because we wear the same jersey, we are brothers. We'll sit back, share food together, talk together, like we just family. That's why I like the tailgate parties, too. I love tailgate parties. Oh, speaking of tailgate parties, the FLE Technology. I told you we've got some stuff we're working on for tailgate parties. All kinds of stuff. I can't tell you too much about it, but yeah, for y'all sport junkies, we got some stuff for you coming out with that FLE Technology embedded into it. All right, let's get this going. All right, we got to do more projector for the 1,000 lumens. We got to expand, add more. Yeah, tailgate parties. I love tailgate parties. It's almost like the same excitement, you know, because you're still in with the crowd. Sometimes I don't go to the game. I'll be out there in the tailgate parties. But all that fighting and carrying on, yeah, people fight, they carry on, but some of it's just, I understand if somebody did something disrespectful, whatever, blah, 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 and you had to throw hands, but some of y'all be just be doing too much at the end of the day. Because somebody's wearing the opposite jersey, really, you're going to go to jail because somebody's wearing the opposite jersey. You're going to lose your freedom over somebody wearing, who cares at the end of the day? I'm not going to get all hyped up. I love my team and all Eagles, but I'm not going to get hyped up to the point where I'm commit a felony. Because at the end of the day, a person's jersey I'm wearing, it's not going to bail me out of my situation at all, period. So, no, I'm not going through all that. We can argue and we can talk about stats and all that stuff. Hey, I'm all fine with that. But when it gets to a point where you guys start losing your temper at the end of the day and you don't want to start getting violent, I ain't got time for it. We got to go. Things we got to do. I'm not going to jail for some dumb nonsense. Some people just be taking it so far, too far. And some of y'all be getting season tickets and y'all be ending up with freaking bands. Like, you know how messed up it is? You got season tickets, want to sell those babies, and you end up with a band? Oh, it's not even worth it. Or get tossed out of the game after you done paid all that money. Yep. I've done it in the snow when they had, oh man, blankets and blankets of snow out there. It was all, that's where you buy hunting gear. I have people sit there saying, like, how do y'all, because we got hunting gear on. Everything we got is battery powered socks. I got the heat coils in them. I got the long johns on, all thermal gear on. Yeah, I'm warm. I'm good. I don't drink. Well, my cousins drink. And at the end of the day, they got a little flask going on, a little whiskey or whatever, and they drinking their little shots over there. And it's pretty cool. We was down there one time. We sat right next to this family. The family was the nicest people I ever met in my entire life. They had these big eagle quilts, and they were sharing the quilts with us, and we were sharing what we had with them. Brother had hot cocoa with little something special in it. Yeah, explain to the door. There's something special in it. Yeah, it's passed it on through. We're just joking and laughing, having a ball, and then meeting some new friends, some new families. That was pretty interesting. That was pretty fun. But I had a friend of mine say, how y'all bundle up like that? Y'all don't freeze it? No, everybody got thermal gear on, hunting gear. Hunting gear. Matter of fact, I'm looking at this right now. Battery operated heated socks. Bam! Yeah, heated socks. They take little batteries. That's it. Oh, they got them with the apps on the cell phone now? What? Yeah, because the ones I had were different. This is way back in the day. They took AA batteries. These suckers take a freaking lithium battery, and you can actually operate the heat on your phone. Oh, I'm buying a pair of these. Definitely gonna get a pair. These are $60. It's definitely worth it. And they rechargeables. Oh, heck yeah, I'm getting a pair of these. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Yeah, these things upgraded by a lot. Last time I wore battery operated socks, they were taking AAs. And once your AAs died, they would kill AAs so fast. But these are taking lithium batteries, man. And they washable. Hunting and camping socks. This is what you wear when you're sitting out there in the game in blankets of snow. But this right here is perfect. I'm gonna get me a pair of these. I gotta send this link to a couple of my friends that go to these games like this. I need a pair of these in generally altogether. Yeah, $60. That's definitely is. That'll work. That'll work. Let me get back to building over here. Yeah, last time I used them, they were AA batteries, and there was no way to control the heat. Once that sucker came on, it came on. So you had to make sure you wear another pair of socks underneath of them, because the heat coils will burn your knuckles. I'm gonna get me a pair of them. So how do you wear flip-flops out here? Yeah, wouldn't you like to know? Let me see what this section over here done. Oh, that freaking music is driving me crazy in the background. Hey, I want some birds.
Used by the Medicare ABCs. If you have Medicare, then you have Parts A and B. Have you considered Part C? Medicare Part C is something.
That was walking around. Grah, grah. Grah. I tell you one thing. Them Jeep Wranglers, man, things are no joke in the snow. I seen a couple of them suckers just whiz by like it wasn't nothing. Everybody else was sliding all over the place, not them. Guy down the street, he got one. He got the tailpipe system hooked up in the air, so basically engine doesn't get flooded. But man, his is really nice. Really nice. That's a really nice Jeep too, though. Definitely pretty nice. I like that. I like when they show like the Infinity cars, and they show them traveling on snow like it wasn't nothing. I actually seen when them suckers slide, hit an embankment, and slam right to the embankment. Into Infinity Quantums. No, only vehicles I've seen, well, not saying only seen vehicles. That's one time we worked near a military base, and I watched that Humvee turn around that corner like it was nothing. I was like, wow, that's freaking impressive. Man, that was pretty impressive right there. Everybody was sliding around the corner. That thing just came around the corner, just took off. I was like, wow, that's pretty impressive. And the Jeep Wranglers, yeah, they're fantastic in the snow. Let me see. Let's get ourselves another one. We'll put our 1,000 lumens in here because we want to expand our page over here. We'll get this done right here. So once we get the rest of the equipment in to finish off for the FLE paints that'll be coming out, that's the Alpha CINEMAX. We'll be able to get the screen, get it coated, get it in here, get everything done. Because I'm going to be taking that with me when I go on site. I'm taking an FLE wallpaper screen surface, and I'm also going to be taking with me the acoustic surface, and then another invisible surface when we're taking one of the TV units, the projection TV units. We're taking one of those down there too. Because one of the places that I'm going to be paying for the day, which is going to be roughly around $487 for the day, is this beautiful conference room. And it's not a conference room. It's kind of like a ballroom or something, but it's really beautiful in there. And they have a cascading waterfall, which would be fantastic advertising for the screen. Because I'm going to put the screen in the waterfall, because you know they're fiberglass, you know, flexible fiberglass, and that'd be nice to have the projector on one side, push an image out the other side. Now, with all this and all this technology we have coming out, are we going to have this massive monster? No, we're not doing any of that. I don't want any. I told you from the door, I'm keeping my capital extremely low. Like, we don't need all this stuff to run a company. We really don't. At all, period. You know, the technology speaks for itself. You don't have to have a big multi-million-dollar corporation company with jets and freaking trucks and all this other stuff and huge buildings and offices. You don't need all that. Just to basically show this, just to show that you have that power. At the end of the day, we don't need all that. I'm gonna keep it simple. We can run the whole thing with no problem whatsoever. God provides all things. I'm gonna do this with the white levels too. Oh, no, what'd you do? What'd you do? Oh, we can do the background. We can still change the background out. We can change the background. I was about to say, you didn't change the background yet. We do it with the video players there. All right, let me see. Oh, what's this right here? I want something bright and white. Let's see. Oh, I like that. That's nice. All right, so that's our selection. Whoop-de-doo. Let me see. I'm taking this one. Where's the, there we go. I need this right here. Change this over. Change it over to white. Give me 5 on it. Let's get out of the way. Give me 5 on it. Matter of fact, give me yeah, give me 5. Give me 5 on it. I'm telling you, TikTok, I'm pulling my account. And the reason why, TikTok is trash. It is. It's trash. TikTok is pure trash. Man, if it's not conspiracy theories, it's women on there needing attention, that constantly need attention, that pretty much got to bare their soul to the world. It's just, it's a mess. It's an absolute circus over there now. Got half-naked women running all over the place, shaking themselves all over the place. You got freaking conspiracy theories by the buttloader over there. One guy comes on and talking about how he saw some kind of vortex pop up in the middle of his driveway, and something came out with red eyes, and the alien and showing people that there got these aliens that popped up in Las Vegas, over in California, flying saucers, giant sea monsters, Leviathan. I mean, it's like a freaking carnival over there now. It used to be good content on there. It used to be good content. They had some really good creators over there, made some pretty cool stuff over there. It was very fun to watch. But now it's just flooded with that freaking nonsense at the end of the day. It is pure trash. I wouldn't dare attach my business to that freaking carnival over there. It's unbelievable. I deleted I'm in the process of deleting my account. Just wipe it out. I'm done. That's it. It's just horrible over there. And just the conspiracy theories over there are freaking insane. You can tell at the end of the day, it's all freaking AI, or basically, you know, they photoshopped or edit the crap out of it. They got this other guy comes up here. It's a black guy. And you can tell it's AI. You can clearly say it's AI. And he talks about how he worked at these restaurants and how he figured out how their products were made. And he starts off giving off the ingredients on how Kentucky Fried Chicken is made. First things first, you uneducated knuckleheads, they have something called a trademark secret. A trademark secret is what they do is when you have a special formula that makes your product different than anybody else. It's called trademark secret. Coca-Cola has the oldest trademark secret in history right now. What they do, they have the oldest one. So in this trademark secret, if you are one of those individuals and workers don't know what's in it at all, period. They know this is the product. They don't know what makes the product. The people who knows what makes the product, who have to make this stuff, they're under these special contracts. And these contracts, you do not have a life anymore. They have your life. They can wiretap your phone. They can do whatever the freak they want at the end of the day because you have something of them that's worth a lot of money. So now your private life doesn't even exist, and those around you will not exist either. So you have to be careful when you sign this contract. You know what you're getting yourself into. There was a woman I told you about that basically worked for Coca-Cola. And she was one of these chemists or whatever degree you got to have to be in that realm with those contracts in order to get information on what they put in it. They basically were tracking her for days. I mean, you're monitored all the time. And she was basically trying to sell the secret to Coca-Cola to another third world country, and of course they caught her. And she's doing serious jail time for this with fines. But yeah, they have the right to monitor whatever they want to monitor. So keep in mind, if you ever get in a position where again, it'd be an interesting position, but if you ever get that position in life, that when you sign that contract, you have literally signed your life away. Because they have access to everything, and I mean everything. Anything on your cell phone, remote control access. Anything on your computer, remote control access. Everything. Because they have to know exactly where your mindset's at all times, because you have a very valuable secret in your head. So yeah, but yeah, it's called a trademark secret. So they brought this AI on here, this black guy, and you can see the fluctuation behind the back of his head that you can tell it's not a human being. And he goes on to talk about how he knows how to make the secret ingredients for chicken meat nuggets and special sauce and blah, blah, this and blah, blah, that. And there are people chiming in that worked, or managers and other people that worked over at Kentucky Fried Chicken, explaining that first things first, they don't give that information on how they make the leaven, whatever herbs and spices. They don't give that information out. You have it already done. That's what you have, the finished product. The people who actually make that at the end of the day, those people would know what's in it, and you would never ever see those people in a chat room like that having a conversation because they're being monitored. Dumbest thing ever. But it's 2024. This is the age of stupidity. And I hate to say it because it's getting to the point that people will believe anything because of that AI technology. I told you that stuff was dangerous on the door. We don't touch it. We won't go near it. Because you have where they can doctorate pictures and images and all kinds of stuff to make it look like it's real, but you can tell it's not real. Now, I'm not saying everybody in 2024 are idiots. I'm not saying it because some people will take that to heart. What I just said, we just said everybody. No. I said we're reaching the age of people being complete idiots because, again, those of you that are smart enough to see through this nonsense, guess what? You're not in that category. And those of you who do see this nonsense and go, oh, this is a possibility, you have welcome. Congratulations. You have made it into the field of the idiotics from the door. It's like the same scenario if two people are working at a bank and somebody's ripping off the bank and they're stealing from them and they say, hey, we're bringing a special investigator in to figure out who's taking money. You who have not taken anything from the bank, who have nothing to worry about, you can go around working your regular job. But those who have been stealing from the bank, you got to be terrified for the rest of their life until you leave that office or you have to do it at the end of the day. But anyway, yeah. So these fake AIs come on and they talk about how they figured out how to make these and they could proceed to tell what's in these in the food that they're making for the Kentucky Fried Chicken and the other places. And reading the comment section, a lot of people in there talking about, yeah, they look at it and go, yeah, right, whatever, blah, 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 blah. That's just stupid, idiotic, and clearly see it's AI. Some people are seeing through that nonsense. But then you got some people like, wow, I didn't know, like, that's amazing, so-and-so and so. Yeah. You know, same thing when they were selling the Brooklyn Bridge for $50,000. You had the same people, and these were businessmen. These weren't everyday Joes. These were businessmen that came over, and I forgot the con artist's name, but he sold the Brooklyn Bridge for 50 grand, which is the equivalent of so many million today. But anyway, yeah, and these people bought this bridge for $50,000 and found out they didn't own it, and he got away with their money. So yeah, and it says a sucker born every second or every minute, whatever it is. Yeah. Unbelievable. I couldn't believe that at the end of the day. When some people comment like, wow, that's interesting. I got to try that. Yeah, you mess around. You don't kill yourself. Yeah, just dumb stuff, man. Really dumb stuff. Dumb stuff. But they started showing these aliens. You're going to tell me about close to about 50 cop cars pop up in Las Vegas because of a sighting of these 8-foot tall aliens. And no one in that area recorded anything. We all have cell phones with built-in cameras, and no one recorded any of this at all, period. Nobody at all. Yeah, that's just stupid. That's really stupid. And on top of that, police officers are carrying cams on them too on top of that. So they didn't record anything. None of that was uploaded anywhere. All that was kept secret. So an 8-foot alien walking around, no one saw that from an apartment building or driving by. If you saw about 50 cop cars out there, you would draw so much attention to that section because people would wonder what's going on down there. You didn't see an 8-foot alien walking around. I don't know why people think that people are going to be that naive and that stupid, but eventually, yeah, you have people that will comment in. Some like, yeah, I had the same experience. Oh, yeah, okay. This is why I tell you, people that are crazy or people who do heavy drugs, you should not be allowed to own cameras. Or be on social media, period. Because that's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my entire life. And the other one was the Leviathan. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my entire life. Right there, another one I heard it was actually stupid. Where this guy who basically has an IQ of 167 basically somehow had a glitch in his computer system and he saw what was going on in the ocean in real time. And he tracked down this giant Leviathan over 56 feet long, or 59 feet long, whatever it is. And it's supposed to be making its way to America or whatever, something like that, to America, whatever, New York City, whatever. Yeah. Okay. Nah, good luck on that one. So as I said before, you know, if you had anything that big, number one, traveling, you would have a shortage on fish and everything else because there's nothing that would be around anything that big. If you have a bigger apex predator moving around, other animals are not going to stick around for that freaking craziness. They're going to leave. That's just stupid. fake AIs. I told you the AI technology was just a bad idea altogether. You can't tell. Well, I can tell what's real and what's fake. But they do it now for like on Facebook. I see it on Facebook from time to time. I block them. They show off these humongous giant sandwiches that are just not real. There's no way in the world that's real. I mean, I've seen giant, huge challenges in food, but they don't look anything like that. I think they look kind of cartoonish. It's got that kind of Borderlands kind of look to it. Let me see what we got going on here. I'll get this over here. Hey, buddy, what you doing? Oh, we're doing something. But the AI technology is horrible. It is. Because next you know, you're going to see it at Amazon. You don't know what the freak you're buying at the end of the day. You'll see it on eBay, trying to make products look better. Yeah, I wouldn't even touch it. I got several different forms of applications that popped up on my computer asking if I wanted to download. I was like, nope, I'm good. Let me see. Okay. Did we loop these babies? Because we looped. These are brand new. Okay, from there. Okay, these are they. All right, let me go in and grab 1,000 lumen demonstrations. Gotta go back. 1,000 lumens. So 1,000 lumens outside first. 1,000 lumens outside. All right, 1,000 lumens outside. Okay. All right, 1,000 outside. Oh, man. We got to get our shirts made. Me and Tackle getting our shirts, right? With our company's logo on it. Bam! He got one. I got one coming in with the logos, the hats, everything. So when I walk into these establishments, oh, yeah, we definitely going to be showing off our logos, everything. Got the new business card, the brochures being made. My business cards are crystal clear. I got 2 sets made. I got a metal business card. They got the chip on it. All I got to do is tap it on your phone. All my information transfers over. And I got another one that's crystal clear. That's for the ADTECH. It looks just like glass, but it's got an image pulling right through. It's sick. I can't wait. So when I go on site, I got everything. My badge got my logo on it. Shirt got my logo on it. Hats got the logos on it. Everything. And the websites, if you have seen them, mine, you can't do the websites on cell phone. There's so much animation going off. That's why. I'm trying to see if I can go in. It's a cell phone app. We can work on it. I'm probably going to work on that probably next week. But it's best if you go to a laptop or desktop or whatever. It plays much better. But usually when we come in, they have the desktops right there. And they go and they log onto the site and they go, woo, yeah, them sites are pretty hot. So that's why I want it. When people come in, they get that first reaction because it's not like a boring site when you pop on. Oh, I love the Crystal Wave site. We did a good job with that one. It was a little tedious to get that one done, but yeah, it was fun. I freaking love this. That is freaking cool. I'm telling you, I love this site. We had to do it. We had a lot of updating, to get this one how we wanted it done. Oh, I got you guys up on the Zoom, don't I? Oops, sorry about that. Got you up on the Zoom. There we go. We got our copyrights, our copyright information right there. I'm going to go back and hit this again. This is the front page. Oh yeah, I'm filling a section about our product. That's gonna be about the new Imperior technology coming up. FLE Imperior, that involves our new gunmetal and new gold onyx screen coming out. 235.1s for 235.1 settings we'll put in. Picture slideshows, and then this is one of the biggest grids that we have for our outdoor demonstrations, and there's more in there. Picture slideshows and outdoor demonstrations coming soon. FLE gold, and we're going to have the Imperior technology 2024. Adding in more video players to update. There we go. Updated the marketplace. Let me see this marketplace right here. That's a new one right there. You can get the slideshow right here. Tell you what's coming up. Pretty soon this one will be obsolete. This is the new version of the gunmetal coming out. Yep, I got them added to the site because last time I had a problem trying to add those things to the site. These are demonstrations. Oh, this is the guy who basically did demonstrations for our which one? He did it on a WeMax Go 300 lumens. So that's what he did on the gunmetal technology. And then we have right here telling you from the door, you know what I mean? We don't support those particular projectors, all that good stuff. But if you get it to work, you get it to work. Let me see. Over here, contact information. Oh, yeah, this is so spinning. I don't know what went on there, but we're going to get that worked out. I'm going to take that whole piece out, the whole section out right there. And we got our contact right there anyway for y'all. And then over here, we got shipping information. I want to do this with the other page. Everything slides in. So shipping information, all that's in there. And then we got the blacklist over here. Got nice little flashing lights. The blacklist. Everything in red in there. So we're going to be expanding the list, which means this right here. Oh, we're done with all this. We're done with this. We're going to court. So we're done with all that. We don't need to go back and forth with this no more. We're done. We got enough evidence. Everything is finished. Everything's done. Next step is court. That's it. Court and lawsuits. That's all that's next. So we're not entertaining this no more. This is already taken care of. What I'm going to start concentrating on more now is basically I have some issues with LED lights. They better. Their stuff and more knockoff projectors. I want to do a whole lot more knockoff projectors. We're going to be doing more of those. But we're done with those individuals. That's done and over with. Move on. Let's see. Special thanks, of course, to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. All our websites are dedicated to God. Right there. And let's go over here to our customer demo page, which we're going to be installing in next. This is going to be demonstrations for the Imperior and Gold. This is the new page set up. Oh, we hooked it up. We hooked it up. We put some colorful designs in there. Just something beautiful, something different, you know? Different scenery. I'm going to put some different scenery in there. Should have slowed it down so you can see all the different displays put in there. So that one is done. I got the Navi fixed, so that way we don't have the more page anymore. You can see it all from here easily. So we'll leave that right there. Let me see. I'm going to go over to... all right, so we're done with that. That's all finished. Let me go finish getting the rest of these videos we need for this, for the 1,000 limit pages. Did I get this one already? I got this one for outside, right? Hold on for a minute. Let me see. Yeah, that's for outside. We need another one for 1,000 lumens. Yeah. There we go. Outside of the 1,000 lumens, baby. Let's go grab another one. Outside watching the football game. At 1,000 lumens. Somebody had a nerve to sit there and say out of their mouth, we know who, had it to sit there and say out of their mouth that, oh, he only uses 4,000, 5,000 lumen projectors in his demonstrations. That's the only thing he uses in his demonstrations. I'm challenging that one in court. So you know that from the door. I will be challenging you on that one in court. Make a statement about my company that's not true, that we only use 4,000 and 5,000 projectors. You know how best what this page is being also being used for, because I can uplink the entire page on all our demonstrations at 1,000 lumens. I do so many tests on that thing. It's already funny how much we had to do with that. You're right. Yeah, a lot of testing. Nice. So that lighting going on in that environment, that's how much lighting you should have in an environment when you're operating projection screens. Thousand lumens outside. Infinity contrast level on a projector that can't read contrast, but we can pick it up on our screen outside on 1,000 lumens. If you're saying at the end of the day that I have to use 4,000 and 5,000 projectors to do that, I'm going to challenge you on that one in court. Look at this. White levels on an angle. So, how's it possible that someone's going to make a statement that my technology requires 4,000 to 5,000? Mind you, for the person who made the statement, when they are, this is what's going to happen. When I bring you to court on that, I'm going to sue you for $250,000. Understand? You better be to back up your claim, because if you can't, you're going to get hit pretty hard. Be careful about saying things out of your mouth about my company that are not true. That's outside. And I'm sitting there tucked away, and you can see where the angle's picking up on the white snow level. My projector is probably, my deck is about 25 feet. Now I can see that with no problem. So, it's an easy open and shut. Now I don't want to plead deal, I want the full 250. And we'll donate that charity. I don't know what you were thinking when you made that statement on camera. If I sit there and say, Screen Innovations Technology, Elite Screens, any one of those big boy companies, if I sit there and say that their contrast levels are not equal to ours and we pull the best contrast, I have to back that up. If not, they can sue me for saying that. So if they're telling people they have the best contrast, I'm saying, no, they don't. We have it. I have to back that up. That's why they can't take me to court, because I can back it up, because I have an Infinity 1 contrast level screen and they don't. So they can't take me to court on that. But if you make a statement out of your mouth and say that my technology requires 4,000 to 5,000 projectors to end up to pour white light at the end of the day, buddy, you lost 250 grand, because I can back that up any day of the week. And that screen's 150 inches, and my projector is sitting back good maybe 16, 17 feet from the screen, with spotlights on, as you can see. But the person who made the statement, yeah, he's getting sued for it. And he made that statement recently, which means statute of limitations are very, very fresh. I got 1 year to prosecute you. You can't be sitting there making statements about my company at the end of the day that are not true and spreading false lies about my company. You can't do that. Got another screen sitting right there. Look at the light sitting around that screen. Walk in the next room. Got watching the game in the next room. Nope, can't make them statements, man. Them statements will get you in trouble. That's why you got to be 100% sure what you say out of your mouth, because a company can challenge you on that, and you can be sued for it. Now, he can delete the video all he wants. He can't. No point. We dubbed everything. We dub everything. So we're going to have to go to court. So I am going to bring him to court. I'm going to challenge him what he said out of his mouth. You said it on YouTube. You broadcasted it out there as if we were doing this stuff. You're going to have to back this up. If not, it's 250K, you're going to pay out for making that statement. Got to be able to back those up. Let me see. It's a distance throw test? No, it's outside test. Okay. Right here for this one. This one's auto. There we go. I'm making no statements at the end of the day like that. I'm planning it from this in 2024. Not only am I going to be advertising our technology on different levels, but I'm going to be bringing a lot of people to court. I got plans to bring a lot of people to court. If you made any false statements about my company that are not true and you continued on with these statements, then guess what? That's defamation. That means I can go and I can file a lawsuit against you. So I would advise you, if you're making false statements about my products, don't do this, because again, I can bring you to court for this. I got a right to defend my company, and I will. Let me see. I need another one. Let me see. Did this one outside. 1,000 lumens. Final test. Let me see. Change video for this one. Take this out. Just update it here. Put this in. This one right there. Get yourself another one. Excuse me, people. There we go. 1,000 lumens outside. You haven't checked out any of the Exotic 15's technology. So Exotic 15 technology was tested outside at 1,000 lumens. See? Exotic AR 15s. They were tested outside at 1,000 lumens. And no, the screen wasn't designed to fit because the screen's pulled back. We show you on the demonstration with zoom, it's all the way up. So show you it's not being pulled down to fit the screen. So at 1,000 lumens, that technology can travel, that projector can travel at 1,000 lumens, hit the screen, and still maintain. It's no longer 1,000 lumens once it makes contact to the screen anymore. It's way less than that. Let me see. That's why we like to use the 1,000 lumens. Let me see. Well, chances are both of them will probably end up getting sued for the statement, but the other one will probably deny it and say that I didn't give him authorization to say that. He said it at his own free will. And it's another thrown under the bus scenario, but it definitely will happen. But he did do the video for his product, so we can try to slam him with it, but I guarantee you he'll fight it and say that, no, I never told him to say that thing at the end of the day. Yeah, I mean, a lot of throwing under the bus. But you can't make false accusations about products that are not true. Let me see. I want to do video change on this one. Let me see. I'm going to do 1,000 lumens outside Supreme 12. Change video. All right. Let me see. That's 12. Let me see. Thousand lumens fully lit environment. Let's see, I know available. Oh yeah, because it's got the NFL game on it. That's why they blocked those automatically. All right, no problem. Let me go grab another one. Oh, 1,000 lumens. Oh, this is on the blue technology. Let me see. No, I'll take this one. All right. The house limit is fully lit environment 10 feet back. Let's see. That'd be the end of it right here. We got more videos, but I don't want to put an entire library in here. We got enough. Got about, I think, I don't know if I got to count, maybe we have it here. We have quite a bit. That one's done. Oh, video players. We got it on loop. Did we loop it? Nope. All right, that's looped. All right. How many hours? We got 3 hours in here. Ooh. Okay. Well, let me see. Got one more to go. We did that one. White level, 1,000 lumen black versus black demonstration. Yeah, definitely. Why not? So surface you're seeing right in the middle, that is our technology right there. That's black fabric, black paint, so forth, at 1,000 lumens. Let me see. All right, perfect. And we have that switched over. That's fantastic. Let's go over here and let's see if we get all of them done. Let me see what we got here. That's 6 here, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 19, about 19, we got 19 in there, good. Oh, you heard him, isn't your arch enemy the squirrel? Like, what was that? That's your arch enemy the squirrel. Ooh, ha. All right, let me see. Huh. 1,000 lumens. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, I'm happy with that. All right, people, I got some stuff I got to do. Ugh. Got my foot in the foot massager. Got some things I got to take care of. Hope you enjoyed the demonstration. Got to go. Thank you for your time, and God bless.